Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you may be listening. Thank you for tuning in to this home and home between the Santa Barbara Foresters and your Arroyo Seco Saints. Live from Pershing Park, I'm Tommy Wirtz. To my right, the always wonderful, always luxurious, great hair, Jared Thompson. How are we doing today, Jared?
Good, even better. I appreciate that warm introduction about me. No one's really says those things about me, Tommy.
You got to make sure you treat your color commentators right. You know what I mean? I'm always over on that side, and I feel like I get neglected sometimes. So when I get to do the play-by-play, I like to appreciate the guy who's helping me out.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Tommy.
Well, we have a good one today here, Jared, between the Foresters and the Saints after a crazy one yesterday where the Saints found themselves down in the game 6-5 going into the 9th inning, and then, of course, the shot heard around the world, the mammoth shots by Drew Cowley. I don't know if it's even landed yet. A ball that just disappeared into the night sky last night gave the Saints the 8-6 win. Was a really exciting one, nail-biter. Got a little bit chippy throughout the way here, and we're here with Game 2 of our second of the home and home now. And you think it's going to translate over from yesterday over to today, Jared?
Yeah, chippy would be an understatement. Pitching coach for the Saints getting ejected. A lot of arguments going back and forth. Both dugouts being very active. And like you said, Cowley hit an absolute bomb. Saints found themselves down 3 different times in this game and scrapped back to tie or take the lead. And then eventually in the bottom of the 9th, Cowley hit his second bomb of the year, and it was absolutely crushed.
Well, we'll get into the starting lineups here. I'll give you the batting order for the Saints. Leading off today, it's going to be the DH, Connor Bradshaw. Batting second, center fielder Cooper Elliott. Batting third, playing third base, Drew Cowley. Batting fourth, playing first base, Jake McMurray. Playing right field, batting fifth, Josh Cowden. The catcher this evening, batting sixth, Peyton Lewis. Shortstop, Brandon Boning will be batting seventh. Batting eighth will be the left fielder, Jag Burden. And batting ninth, the second baseman, will be Jackson Cobb. And on the mound today for the Saints will be Tristan Garnett. But the pitcher for the Foresters is going to be Justin Eckhart to get us started off with the first pitch. And it's going to be a strike down the middle, taken by Bradshaw, and away we go.
Yeah, Bradshaw, an RBI triple yesterday. Always gets things started for the Saints and seems to get it going early.
And he's going to be swinging on that one there now. He quickly finds himself down 0-2 for the first batter of the evening. As you said, Bradshaw with the triple yesterday. Seems like he's always getting extra base hits. Virtually a guarantee to do that. Leads the team in homers, also leads the team in walks. A very disciplined and very appealing leadoff man for the Saints as he takes that one for a ball, and it's going to be 1-2.
Yeah, and the 3 home runs is nice, obviously, from your leadoff guy, but what's most important is getting on base, and that's what he does any way possible.
And that one's going to be the first shot. Knocks the camera right off. We'll keep you posted while we can. We said this to our supervisors at the beginning, if that was going to happen. He said there was no chance, in fact, and it took about 4 pitches, and here we are. And right there, unfortunately not going to be able to see it, but Bradshaw's going to go down on strikes looking. As the camera gets readjusted, we're going to have Cooper Elliott coming up to bat. Coop has found himself in that 2-hole for most of the season. Reached on an error yesterday and walked as well, but stat line would say 0 for 4. Looking to change that today. He's going to watch that one go by.
Yeah, and he had a big at-bat, one that goes overlooked in the 9th inning. Right before Cowley, he was behind in the count 0-2. When he was down to his last strike, the Saints down to the last strike, worked it back, fouled off a few pitches, worked a walk for eventually Cowley to hit the game winner.
A big at-bat that just looks like a walk in the stat book, but it actually had some monumental impact on the game. As it's 2-0 to Cooper Elliott. And that one's going to be fouled back. And it'll be 2-1. Cooper Elliott went to Wichita State last year. Currently feeling out his options in the transfer portal. And we'll see where he ends up in the fall.
Yeah, one of a few Saints currently in the transfer portal, trying to find a new home.
As that one's going to be shot over to center field. Should be an easy play for Pettis, and that's going to be out number 2 of the ballgame.
2 up, 2 down for Eckhart. And it'll bring up Cowley.
And here's the man of the series so far right now, Drew Cowley. was riding a 1-for-3 day before coming in the 9th inning and hitting one of the biggest home runs we've seen in Saints history.
And Tommy, it was a shot. You could hear that from miles away.
Cowley's going to take the first one there for a strike. And 2 strikes on him, too. 2-2 count. I mean, odds were against him. Flamethrower on the mound. So that one's going to go up the middle, and there it is right there. Drew Cowley's going to start things off for the Saints with a single with 2 out. And now that's going to bring up the Oral Roberts product, Jake McMurray. McMurray found his way into the lineup later on into the year. Was not here when the season started and didn't know if they wanted his bat in there, but after the consistent approach where it just seemed like he was getting 2-3 hits every game, it's kind of hard to take him out now. And
absolutely. He's, like you said, he's taking over that starting role at first.
it's going to be a lazy fly ball to right field, and that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit for the Saints, no errors. We're going to head to the bottom of the first, and we'll see the first time with the Foresters through the lineup. And after a scoreless top of the first, it's going to be Tristan Garnett getting the start for the Saints. The big lefty out of Cal State Dominguez. He'll have to go up against Kendall Pettis to lead off the bottom of the first. And the first pitch shows bunt. He's going to pull away. It's going to be high for ball 1.
Yeah, and Garnett's really been better than what the numbers say. Comes in with a 5.72 ERA, but has not had a lot of help defensively. Seems like the Saints, who are a pretty good defensive team, when they make those errors, it always happens to see when Garnett's on the mound. I'm looking for a good performance out of him tonight.
Well, and Garnett does like to pound the strike zone. Gets the strike call there, 1-1 now, even up to Pettis. As he spikes one in the dirt, it's going to be 2-1. And you said Garnett gets a little unlucky on the defensive side and a little uncharacteristic for the Saints. A team that's done pretty well defensively. It just seems to happen when they do make their mistakes. Garnett's on the mound. And that's going to be a curveball in for a strike. And we're now evened up, 2-2. Garnett, 6'6" frame, 240 pounds, looks to be about 7'6" on the mound when he's on the bump there.
We talk about it all the time. He's got to look very intimidating when he's on there. And these guy Foresters are in the batter's box.
It's going to be a pop fly near first base side, going to get out of play. Not playable for Jake McMurray. Garnett's a guy who, with that big frame, has a lot of power. And there's the pitch. Outside. Count's going to be full.
Yeah, look forward to that fastball that he has, trying to blow it by some of these hitters.
Sits right around that 92 to 94 mark, but has touched anywhere up to 96. And the full count pitch. Struck away with the changeup, set him down. That's going to be the first one for Garnett, and that's one down for the Saints.
A beauty. I was saying we're lucky out for the fastball, and that looks like that's what Pettis did. Looking for the fastball, gets the off speed, and is way too far out in front.
And with Pettis being retired on strikes, that's going to bring up Dylan Campbell, the third baseman today for the Foresters.
Garnett coming in at 15 strikeouts and 11 innings pitched, so not a big strikeout guy, but we'll punch him out when he needs to. Gets the first batter here he faces.
And he's going to continue to pound the zone. That's going to be strike one on Campbell. Campbell yesterday picked up a trio of hits, all singles, drove in a run as well. Very exciting ball game yesterday.
Absolutely. Campbell, new to this Forester team.
It's going to be an 0-2 now after the curveball.
Just arrived about 3 days ago for Santa Barbara and finding himself in the lineup, so still getting in the rhythm of things for him.
And the 0-2 pitch from Garnett. It's going to be a fastball blown right by him again, and we have two down now after the 2 strikeouts from Garnett.
Garnett making quick work of Campbell. 3 pitches and sits him down with the fastball. 2 up, 2 down, and both via the strikeout.
Yeah, efficiency so far for Garnett, keeping that ball in the zone, not dancing around any pitches. And now in's going to walk number 22, the shortstop, Andrew Cachel.
Yeah, Cachel didn't play yesterday, hitting .404 all season for the Foresters.
It's a curveball there. It's not going to be finished by Garnett. It's going to be left high. And Cachel's going to start off 1-0. As you said, Cachel, day off yesterday. He's going to ground one over to first. It's going to be an easy play for McMurray. And a 1-2-3 inning from Garnett. And no runs, no hits, no errors for the Saints. And they'll get up to the top of the second with Cowden, Lewis, and Boning when we come back. And after one here at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara, we are tied and still scoreless. 0-0 after a quick 1-2-3 inning from Tristan Garnett in the bottom half of the first. It's going to be Josh Cowden, the milkman out of BYU, to lead us off in the top of the second. And the first pitch from Eckhart's going to be in there for a strike.
Yeah, Cowden at .291, 2 homers, and second in the team in RBI. So a run producer hitting in the 5-hole today.
Definitely a run-producing role, hitting 5th today for head coach Aaron Milam. And right there takes a ball, and that's another thing he's been good at this year is drawing the walk.
Absolutely. 6 walks in his last 3 games.
Very valuable part to the game. Not as flashy as a hit, but works just the same. And he's going to take another one there. It's going to be 2-1 to Cowden. Cowden yesterday picked up a single. Also had a sacrifice in the 8th inning. And he's going to have a nice rip there. It's going in the gap. It's got down. Cowden's going to be rounding first. It's going to be fielded out in right field. Cowden's going to try to make it into a triple, and he's going to be down and gunned at third, trying to stretch a double into a triple. Maybe not the smartest base running there, getting the first out of the inning at third base, but Cowden thought he had it, and it was Cachel that was going to throw him out.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get there the way it was. Getting the ball in before he's even rounding second. Thought he had the speed to leg out a triple, but he makes the first out here at third base, and costly base running there for the Saints. They had a leadoff man in scoring position, but see what Peyton Lewis can do.
Well, it'll go in the scorebooks as a double, but it will be an out to start off the second inning, and that's going to bring in Peyton Lewis, who's taken big hacks right off the rip, finds himself down 0-1 to start to Eckhart.
Yeah, Peyton Lewis behind the plate today. We've seen him in the right field a lot as well. Milam likes to rotate his catchers between Willis, Lindsley, and Lewis.
Yeah, the utility of Lewis, very valuable in Coach Milam's dynamic. Takes a pitch there. We find ourselves 1-1 now. And Eckhart delivers. Fouled away by Lewis. And the count is now 1-2.
Lewis, a good situational hitter. Like I said, leads the team in RBIs. However, only hitting .222. Will get the sac fly when the sac fly is needed. But his average is climbing. He's gotten a few hits the last few games, and that's what you'd like to see.
Yeah, Peyton Lewis.
There's
Day
another.
off yesterday, and that's going to find some grass again. This time going to be cut off in right field by Ryan Robleski. But we have a single for Peyton Lewis.
And that's where the base running mistake of Cowden really hurts you. That's an RBI single from Lewis there. If Cowden stays at second, nonetheless, 2 hits to start the second inning for the Saints. Let's see if Boning can follow.
And Brandon Boning, the shortstop, the defensive wizard out there, captain of the infield. And at least getting Cowden over to third in that situation, probably scoring him. As Boning's going to take the first pitch for a ball. Cowden's got a lot of speed, but running over to third there on that try, there was going to be hard to beat that out when the shortstop's got the ball and you're only a quarter of the way to third.
Yeah, no, especially leading off an inning. Would like to see him stop at second. He does have speed. He legged out an infield hit yesterday.
Boning's going to foul that one away.
We'll see how aggressive the Saints are on the base paths. Both teams very aggressive yesterday. Running early. Let's see if they decide to send Lewis.
Count is evened up, 1-1 for Brandon Boning, the Cal State Northridge. And Eckhart from the stretch with the runner at first, Peyton Lewis, and the pitch. It's going to be ripped into left field. It looks like it's going to find some grass, and it will. It might go all the way to the wall. Lewis is going to get over to third, and Boney's going to be at second. And now 3 hits in a row to start the inning after the Brandon Boning double.
Yeah, Saints showing they can hit Eckhart early here. 3 straight hits. And Boning, a great job. A little bit out in front, but pulls it down the left field line and legs out a double, and there'll be an early mound visit here for Eckhart.
Yeah, and he's going to bring in the whole infield. Want to see everyone on the same page. Might see the infield come in. Saw that a lot yesterday. Foresters were not afraid to move those guys around. Want to cut down as many runs as they can. And Eckhart's found himself into some trouble now.
Yeah, 4 hits in the first 7 hitters so far for the Saints tonight.
And it's not something we typically see from the Saints. We always talk about how they need a couple times through the order to get the bats flowing. You saw in that wild game against the OC Riptide earlier in the week, 13-12 finish. The Saints only had 1 hit going into the 6th inning.
Yes, it's like you said, especially the last few games, even yesterday, obviously scoring 3 in the 9th to win. Seems like usually that first time through the order they get a good look at things, but it's the second and third time the order they start producing runs. But let's see if the Saints can do it here with Jack Burden now, 2 runners in scoring position, still only 1 out.
And someone you'd like to see coming up in these situations, try to get your team on the board early. It's Jag Burden out of UC Berkeley. One of many lefties, of course, in Coach Milam's lineup. He's going to take the first pitch there for a strike. Only 2 righties in the lineup today, usual for Aaron Milam. Jake McMurray, and the man who just got the double, Brandon Boning.
Yeah, strictly a lefty dominant lineup every game, really, the Saints go out there and play.
And after the take there by Burden, it's going to be evened up 1-1.
Yeah, Eckhart in a little trouble here early.
And another good take from Burden. And he's going to be ahead of the count now, 2-1. Jag, one of the youngest starters in the lineup for the Saints out of Huntington Beach, California. One of those guys that, just like most of them, fighting for playing time next year as a young guy. It's a big hack there, is going to be strike 2, and we're evened up 2-2 now.
Yeah, Burden got off to a good start for the Saints this summer. Was locked into that 3-hole hitting. Has dropped a little bit, still hitting a respectable 269, driven in 9 runs. RBIs 10 and 11 out there for him.
And looking to see what he can do with this one, as he's going to watch that one bounce in the dirt. And we're at a full count. And even with Burden dropping in the order, you know that he has the potential to go on these hit streaks and rallies. And what a guy to be batting 8th on your team.
Well, that's what makes the Saints so good. Like we said, their whole lineup, even Jackson Cobb on deck batting 9th, just another leadoff guy.
And the full count pitch from Burden was dropped. It's going to have to be thrown over to first after the drop third strike, and we're going to have 2 down here for Jackson Cobb.
Yeah, big strikeout there for Eckhart. Something the Saints, with 4 hits already in the game, 3 in the inning, you'd like to see a run, if not 2, come across. Now with 2 outs, it's going to be up to Cobb to try to drive them in.
And Eckhart would be happy, giving up 3 hits in an inning to get no runs out of it. It's Jackson Cobb's job to make sure that doesn't happen.
Something the Saints did well is they stranded a lot of Forrester's runners on base yesterday. Forrester's had a runner on base in every inning. Obviously scored the 6 runs, but especially late in the innings, the Saints bullpen arms did a real good job getting out of jams and keeping them in the game for they eventually came back.
And Cobb will take the first one high and away for ball 1. And you said Jackson Cobb utilized as that second leadoff man in the 9 spot with the DH. That's kind of what you've seen, the American League traditional lineups. They use that 9 spot as secondary leadoff man as Cobb takes another one for ball 2. Yeah. And it's worked so far. He was a part of that. He was a run that scored in the 9th inning on that Drew Cowley home run, got on base with a single, and takes another one there, and he's ahead 3-0.
Another guy that walks a lot too. Really good, like you said, leadoff guy, even though the 9-hole. And yeah, he singled to left, went the other way yesterday off a hard throwing right-hander.
Kept the Saints alive. And Eckhart's going to deliver the 3-0 pitch now to Cobb. And it'll be a strike.
Yep, Bradshaw, the leadoff man on deck.
Got to be smart in these situations. Very good hitter on deck. Very good hitter at the plate. 3-1 green light opportunity as Eckhart's going to deliver. And Cobb will take strike 2. He thought it might have been a little high, but nonetheless, the count is full.
Yeah, Cobb might have thought that was ball 4. Just caught at the top of the zone. Still found out this home plate umpire's strike zone.
First time through the order, through 2 innings. And the full count pitch is going to be taken for strike 3. The Saints get 3 hits, but no runs come across. And we'll head to the bottom of the 2nd. We'll have Robleski, Otremba, and Casagrande for the Foresters. Well, the Saints had 3 hits in the top of the second, none coming around to score. It's going to be Tristan Garnett working on Ryan Robleski to start off the bottom of the second inning. Garnett had a very productive first inning, 2 strikeouts and a ground out, very efficient. That one's going to be spiked in for ball 1 to start off the second.
Yeah, and we saw a good amount of the fastball and the curveball, mixing his pitches early here in the first, getting a punch out with an off speed and a punch out with that fastball.
And the second pitch of the AB is going to find the zone. Took a little bit off that one, might have been the changeup. And the count's going to be even 1-1.
Robleski got the night off yesterday, hitting .321, 2 bombs on the year.
And the deliver from Garnett's going to be pulled over to left. It's going to be foul, though. As the foul ball, the kids run to go find it. It's a competition.
Really
Showing
is.
off the speed. Future Saints and Foresters rating up for that one.
It's not like Palm Springs in which you get a free popsicle, but, you know,
It'll
a ball's
do.
a ball.
Taco truck here, though.
Yeah.
Not free, but just as good.
I don't know, just as good, but.
1-2 pitch. Going to be a grounder over to second. Should be an easy play for Cobb. He fires over to McMurray, and that's our first out of the bottom of the second.
4 up, 4 down for Garnett.
Making quick work of the first 4 batters.
I got to say,
Foresters.
so far, Tommy, a little bit not as loud. The Foresters dugout, they're very loud yesterday at Jackie Robinson Field. I'm not hearing much from either dugout so far today.
Strictly business so far from both sides.
That Cowley bomb got him a little quiet, maybe.
Must have. It's going to be Tanner Otremba stepping in. And he's going to ground one over to first. It's going to be a hard play, but a great flip from McMurray to Garnett. Covers a lot of ground with those strides. And now we have 2 down after that one.
I was about to say, those long strides of Garnett. Really, Otremba hustling down the line, had no chance. Great job by Garnett. Not an easy play. Made good job by McMurray. McMurray, by the way, defensively made a play of the year defensively for the Saints yesterday. Saving a couple runs, keeping them in the game with a diving catch.
In the inning prior, in the 8th as well. And now it's going to be a little bit of lefty on lefty with Tyler Casagrande coming up for the Foresters.
Yep, Casagrande, another one that didn't play for the Foresters. Foresters like to mix up their lineup a lot. Each game you'll see some different names penciled in there.
First pitch was spiked into the ground. Garnett's ready to deliver with the 1-0 count. And the pitch spiked in again, 2-0.
Yeah, the Saints had Tommy Steyer pitch yesterday. Didn't have his best stuff, but still worked 5 strong innings for him, keeping him in the game.
And he settled down after the first couple innings, gave up those 3 runs in the first 2 innings, then went 3 shutout after. That's the 3rd pitch in a row in the ground now for Garnett. But Steyer settled down very, very quickly after he got a little bit chippy, a little chirpy again with everyone again. And was able to go 5, and that was big for the Saints. And that one's going to be fired in for a strike, making the count 3-1.
Yeah, and there was a few calls that didn't go his way, including the pickoff, which would have got him out of the inning.
Just got to deal with what you get. And that one's going to be outside a little bit. And that'll be the first base runner for the Foresters. It'll be Casagrande reaching via the walk. And now Nathan Rombeck, the first baseman, will take over the batter's box.
Yeah, Garnett will give up the occasional walk, just about one every couple innings. He's been good, though. Needs to settle down, attack Rombeck here, and get his team back to the plate.
And a 2-out walk issued by Garnett. He'll now start from the stretch. Takes a look over to the runner at first and delivers the pitch. Took a little bit off of it, gets a big swing, and it's strike 1.
Yeah, Rombeck hitting 200 for the Foresters. He came in yesterday as a defensive replacement at first base. Gets the start tonight.
Garnett coming in for the second pitch of the AB. It's going to be a shot to right field, and there's the first hit shortly after the first base runner for the Foresters, and it comes via Nathan Rombeck's single to right.
Yeah, and there it is. He said we always talk about walks being always hurting you. It seems like teams in the CCL constantly take advantage. We know the Saints do when they get those walks. And there's the first hit of the game, like you said, for the Foresters. It'll bring up Leach here as they try to strike first.
And after issuing a walk, you like to attack the zone. And if you got a guy who can catch up to you and understands what you're throwing, he's going to be swinging. And Garnett's going to pitch to Leach as the bat is going to clear the dugout over there.
You think he was swinging hard, Tommy?
Well, he wasn't holding hard. That's
yeah. Absolutely. Got to grab a little bit more tar a little bit or something.
And we'll have a quick substitution, not with the Foresters, but rather with the bat rack. And it's going to be an 0-1 count.
Maybe Dylan Leach. Maybe Leach didn't like that bat anyways. You just want to get rid of it.
Get the juju off of it now. Now he's got a new one. And Garnett, obviously fooling him, was way ahead of it. Will now come in for the second pitch. Runners on second and first. And that curveball is going to slice in, hit the bottom inside corner, and he's up 0-2 on him.
Yeah, beautiful curveball there. Looked a little low from my angle, but he gets the call from the umpire, and let's see if he can put Leach away here and get out of this mini jam.
0-2 pitch from Garnett. And the delivery. Right past him again. It's his third strikeout of the inning, and it gets him out of it. After issuing a walk and a single with 2 down, Garnett gets out of it with a strikeout, and he brings us to the top of the third. It's going to be Bradshaw, Elliott, and Cowley when we come back. Thank you for listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Well, after getting himself into a little bit of trouble, Garnett's able to get out of it unscathed after issuing a walk and a single with 2 down to Casagrande and Romback. A strikeout to Dylan Leach is how the second inning ended. And now to get back to the top of the third, we have Connor Bradshaw for the Saints.
Yeah, Saints 3 hits last inning, no runs. Let's see if they can change that here. Top of the order. Bradshaw went down on strikes. They're showing that they can hit this guy already early on. First time through the order. A couple hits. Now it's time to put some runs on the board.
And the first pitch was taken outside. And the second pitch will be swung at. And we're quickly evened up 1-1 for Bradshaw.
Yeah, a little half-hearted swing there from Bradshaw, a little indecisive. I really wish I could see a spray chart of Bradshaw's hits this year because I feel like everything goes to center field the opposite way. Almost everything he hits, and he shows a great display of the opposite field power. We've seen all of his home runs go to dead center. A few of his triples going opposite field.
And in Jackie Robinson Field, that's where you want to hit your triples to left field, obviously the deepest part. And Bradshaw's got a great combination of power and speed. And after a foul ball the last AB and a swing there, that's going to go down on strikes. Is Bradshaw for the second time this evening.
Yeah, Bradshaw not picking the ball up well. Casagrande tees out number 1 and see if Elliott.
Cooper Elliott stepping in. Flew out to center field last time up. Nice barrel on it. Just a little underneath it. He's going to drop a bunt down.
Beautiful.
He's going to stop over at short. And a good pick over there by Rombach is going to get the speedy Elliott. Right idea. Just died by the grass. I think he thought it was going to go a little bit farther down the third base line. But it's going to be a ground ball.
We've seen a few times Elliott try to lay down a bunt for hits, and has been successful at times. It was a good bunt with his speed, but a great play by Leach and a great dig over there at first by Rombach.
And the way to pounce on it, Dylan Leach. And the first pitch to Drew Cowley is going to be a ball in the dirt. And here comes the second very quickly after. Gets a piece of it. Ground ball to second base.
Another good play.
And it's going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the third. After no runs, no hits, the Saints will head to the bottom of the third, facing Rydell, Pettis, and Campbell when we come back. And it was a quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the third for the Saints. And Garnett's going to come out for his third inning of work. Leading off, the 9 spot, second baseman Jack Rydell for the Foresters.
Yeah, let's see if Garnett could answer Eckhart's 1-2-3 with a quick inning of his own after allowing a few base runners last half inning.
And a pitch that's
I don't know where that one missed.
Missed a little bit there. Start off Rydell, 1-0. Rydell picked up a hit yesterday. 1 for 5. A couple of strikeouts. And a ground ball to Cobb. He's going to have to charge it. Plenty of time still to throw over to McMurray and get the first out of the inning. And if you're Garnett there, it's not as fancy as the strikeout, but 2 pitches and an out. You'll be happy with that.
Well, I think a big thing so far is Garnett's retired the leadoff man in every inning so far. And we've seen that to hurt the Saints at times when they walk a leadoff guy or get into early trouble. We saw it hurt him yesterday against the Forcers. But so far, all 3 leadoff guys that Garnett's sent down.
And a curveball that hooks back into the zone will be strike 1 on Kendall Pettis.
Pettis was the first leadoff guy to bat, obviously in inning number 1. He struck out. 1 of 3 early strikeouts for Garnett the first time through the order.
And unable to handle it is Peyton Lewis, but it'll be inside, and the count's going to be evened up 1-1. And Pettis got a lot of speed out there. Hit a triple yesterday that he scored on. Also stole some bases for the Foresters.
Another triple hit out towards left field, which Jackie Robinson Field, about the only stadium you'll see a lot of triples hit out towards left.
And after taking that one, it's going to be 1-2 now to Pettis. He's going to step out and take a minute. And you mentioned that it's 374 to left. It's the deepest part of the park. Just about the only stadium in the country where left field is the deepest part of the field. And the 1-2 delivery from Garnett. It's going to be fouled away by Pettis.
Pettis just getting a piece of that. Good job staying alive.
Garnett has gone through the lineup, surrendering a walk and a hit last inning, both with 2 outs, as that one there is going to be another strikeout for Garnett, and he's making quick work of these Forrester bats. Now, his 4th strikeout.
Yeah, and Pettis so far can't really touch Garnett. 2 strikeouts in his 2 at-bats so far, and Garnett, like I said, was see if he can counter Eckhart with a 1-2-3 inning. We've always got the first 2 down, and here's Dylan Campbell now.
And from the windup, first pitch to Campbell to Garnett. It's going to be just outside. Tried to help him with the frame there, Peyton Lewis, but it's going to be 1-0.
Campbell from University of Texas.
1-0 pitch will find the zone, and it's quickly even now, 1-1.
And the tempo's good that Garnett's working pretty quickly.
The 1-1 pitch from Garnett's going to be blown past Campbell and finds himself 1-2.
And right now they're having trouble catching up to the fastball. The only one we've seen is Rombach, who went the other way with the fastball on a base hit to right. The only hit for the Foresters.
And a 1-2 pitch from Garnett. It's going to be a hard play, but Boning
dropped it.
Is not going to be able to get it. Hit off the heel of the glove, it looked like. It was going to be a hard play regardless. Had to run in on it a little bit. And that'll get ruled a single as Dylan Campbell will reach on the infield hit. And now it's going to be Andrew Cachel, the shortstop today, grounded out to McMurray at first base his first time up.
Yeah, I think that play for Boning, I think he was a little indecisive if he should let it bounce or catch it on the fly. He eventually tries to catch it, but it goes off the end of the glove, and it'll be a little infield hit for Campbell, and forced to have a 2-out base runner.
And a play that Boning will say he should make, but not all of us could do it.
No.
So give him the benefit of the doubt.
Some of the stuff Boning does out there that short defensively is
very Ozzie Smith-esque or something along the way there.
If they had gold gloves in the CCL, Brandon Boning would be
near the top.
Absolutely.
After the pickoff attempt from Garnett, he's going back, and he's got it back in his glove. Easy play from Garnett. At least he made it look like it was. And he'll get the out himself after the toss to McMurray. Well, it looked a little scary for a second. First 2 guys are retired, and then a single from Campbell, but Garnett gets the ground ball back to himself, and that will be the end of the 3rd. We're still scoreless, 0-0 here at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. Coming up for the Saints to lead off the 4th inning, it'll be McMurray, Cowden, and Lewis. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. And attention California Collegiate fans. Remember to watch the 2021 CCL Showcase game presented by ABDG. Wednesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Bally Sports TV. The CCL's top players will showcase their talents at the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Pre-game workouts will begin at 4 p.m. Tickets will be available at the gate. For more information, please visit calsummerball.com and be sure to visit the action on social media using the hashtag CCLBaseball.
Yeah, Tommy, I think there could be a few Saints. Should, at least, in my opinion, represent.
And it'll determine the standings, will determine how many players they get to send as well, too. Today,
as well as the head coach?
Yeah, if the Saints win today and San Luis Obispo, as McMurray's going to ground that one over to third base. Going to be a tough play, no skip. Chasing down, McMurray's going to hustle over to 2. I thought maybe it got out of play, but still rattled around over there. Leach was trailing the runner. But McMurray will reach on the infield single. That'll turn into a base error. And he'll be at second base for Josh Cowden.
Yeah, we saw Runback pick one earlier in the game. This time the throw from Campbell. Runback not able to get, and the Saints with McMurray gets over to second.
And Josh Cowden is going to have a runner in scoring position very quickly into the top of the fourth.
Yeah, we mentioned before he's second on the team in RBIs. Laced a double in which he was thrown out trying to get a triple into the right center gap his last time up. See if he can do that again and drive in the first run of this game.
Saints bats have been hot, and that one is ripped into left center field. McMurray's going to score easily. Cowden's going to be rounding first, heading to second. This time, he'll stop there. And it's going to be an RBI double for Josh Cowden. 2 pitches into the inning, and the Saints have a run. Cowden now 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and an RBI, and has the first run of the game for the Saints.
Yeah, Cowden going the other way this time. A double in the right center gap, this time in the left center gap, not wasting any time. We know he loves a swing on the first pitch, and he does just that. 2 lasers hit by Cowden today. The Saints finally get that first run. It seems like they've been close. And still now nobody out with a runner on second, trying to add more.
And this part of the order came up last time. Lewis got a single, and Boning on deck got a double as well. Figuring out Eckhart maybe.
Well, the Saints have 6 hits off of him, and he has nobody out here in the fourth.
And Eckhart's going to step off there, check the runner at second after giving up the double.
6 hits in the 14 batters he's faced.
Saints bats are hot right now. Got here a little bit earlier than they do on road trips. As Lewis gets a single over there, it's going to be to right field. Cowden's going to stay put at third. And the throw will come in to Leach. And he'll look him over, and Peyton Lewis has his second single of the day.
Yeah, hard stop by Cowden. Third base coach was waving him at first, trying to get him in. Elected to hold him, which is probably smart. Still nobody out. This looks like it's going to be another mound visit here for Eckhart now. They have arms in the bullpen.
And after starting the inning off with another 3 hits in a row, McMurray reaching on the infield single that was thrown past and able to advance another base. Then quickly, Josh Cowden gets the double in the left center gap that scores McMurray on the next pitch. And then Peyton Lewis rips a single to right field, and now we have runners on the corner for the shortstop, number 10, Brandon Boning.
And there might not be, we talk about these Saints hitters as a lineup as a whole being hot. Maybe no one hotter than Peyton Lewis right now. He's hitting 196 a few days ago, up to 222 today. He got the day off yesterday, but had 2 hits the game before that. Has 2 hits already today and as many at-bats.
And Peyton Lewis, they love putting him at that catcher spot to give Bo Willis and Tanner Lindsley's their extra days off.
And I really like putting him in the 6th hole behind guys like Cowden, McMurray, Cowley. Give him a lot of RBI opportunities. He already leads the team in ribbies.
And continue to add to it maybe later on today.
Tied with Cowden. Now Cowden actually tied him with that RBI double.
And it's going to be Brandon Boning with runners on the corner and nobody out in the top of the fourth. Saints looking to open this game wide open. Eckhart going to throw that one. Gets away from Leach, but Not far enough for Cowden to do anything with. Able to pull back the bunt is Boning, and it's 1-0.
And we know how difficult the Saints lineup is to pitch against the second, third time through the order. And it's showing right here, this middle of the order, being aggressive at that card after they've faced them already one time.
Boning the 1-0, going to continue to bunt. That one's going to be way over. And gets over the backstop. Tried to lay that one down. It's 1-1 now.
Yeah, trying to attempt the bunt here. Campbell a little in at third. Ron back holding the runner on. Cowden has the speed.
We see it a lot in California baseball, utilizing the bunt. That's something we see a lot, as there's going to be a throw over to Romback. And Lewis will be back in time, no problem. Not something we see a lot in Major League Baseball anymore. The bunt is kind of dying.
And you think you'd see it a lot once they added this extra inning rule where they started a runner on second. You'd think you'd try to get that run over to third. But that doesn't happen often in the major leagues.
And Boning going to continue to try to bunt. This one's popped up. It's going to be an easy play for Campbell. And that's going to be the first out. And I don't know, you got a guy who just ripped the double his last AB. Down the left field line, got a runner at third. Hits one to the outfield, it's probably just as good. And you get the bunt sign, and he pops it up.
Absolutely, and like you said, Boning already with a double, but the Saints team being aggressive, hitting them. You're seeing your team hit this guy. It's not like this is your only opportunity with a runner on. I agree, I swing away there. Obviously, Milam knows more than we do.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And now the good thing for the Saints, still only one out, and a chance for Burden, who struck out his first time, to get revenge and drive in the Saints' second run of the game.
Looking to figure out Eckhart in his second at-bat, like you said, Jag Burden. Cowden at third, Lewis at first, and they're going to throw over to first. Lewis is there easily.
Eckhart will be looking for another ground ball. That could potentially result in an inning-ending double play.
Going to be hard to turn. Burden, a lot of speed in the box. Looking to avoid that, the pitch. It's going to be fired in for a strike. Lewis stealing.
It's like a delayed steal by Lewis.
Realizing no one covering second and no one ready for him. More of a catcher's indifference, you would say there. And the first pitch is a strike to Burden. But now you would think that double play eliminated after the heads-up base running by Lewis. Second pitch, going to be fouled off by Burden, and he's down 0-2.
Yeah, so delayed so good. Heads up base running by Lewis there. No one covering second. No one really expecting it.
And Lewis maybe doesn't have elite speed, but for a catcher, he would definitely have elite speed. Great guy out there. Plays outfield for the Saints as well, too. Can cover some ground. And Burden's going to take that one just outside, 1-2.
And this is where if you're Jack Burden, just put the ball in play. You got now you don't have to worry about a double play. A ground ball gets a run in. You just do not want to strike out here and leave those two runners on.
Infield is playing a little bit in for the Foresters. And Eckhart's going to deliver. Burden's going to ground it over to short. Cowden's going to book it for home. And it looked like Cachel was going to try to go home with it. And he bobbles it. It's going to be an E6. And everyone's going to be safe. Runners are going to continue to be at first and third after Burden reaches on the E6. And now Jackson Cobb has an opportunity to drive in a run.
Yeah, second error of the inning. That left side of the infield, they had two errors yesterday, both Campbell at third and Rydell, who at short yesterday, is at second today. But then this time, another error, and see if the Saints can keep pouring it on here. Good job by Burden, like I said, just to put that ball in play.
And Jackson Cobb will step in against Eckhart. First pitch is outside for a ball. Cobb struck out looking on a full count last time up. But now, with only one out and runners on the corner, you want to talk about a hard double play to turn. Jag Burden and Jackson Cobb running the bases for the Saints. He's way ahead of that one. And he's caught up, and it looks like he might have got around it. And they're going to actually say he got him.
That was very interesting. I don't know if he was trying to get in the pickle to eventually get the runner from third home, but he stopped, even when the catcher pump faked. Very interesting. Nonetheless, the Saints run themselves into out number 2.
It's been some odd base running the first few innings for the Saints, and now there's 2 outs. As Leach has a good stop there from Eckhart as he throws that one into the dirt. It'll be 2-1. And an opportunity for the Saints with runners on the corners and 1 down now turns into a runner at third with 2 down. And Cobb takes another one. It'll be 3-1. Peyton Lewis stands at third base, reached on a single earlier in the inning. Saints started off the inning with 4 consecutive hits.
Cobb chased ball 4 there.
And the count will be full to Cobb again. Eckhart pitching from the windup with the runner at third. And the pitch. Chases it again. And it'll be another strikeout for Cobb. But the Saints do strike. 2 runs coming around. Thanks to a couple of errors from the Foresters. But they count just the same. It's 2-0. Saints over the Foresters right now. Coming up for the Foresters will be Robleski, Otremba, and Casagrande in the bottom of the 4th. Thank you for listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network.
This thing is...
That was the wrong way. Well, after 2 come around for the Saints, Garnett will take the bump with the lead. 2-0, currently in the bottom of the 4th. Saints versus the Forester, live from Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. Beautiful day for baseball. Palm trees in the background. It's going to be Ryan Robleski leading off for the Foresters. And Garnett, that off-speed's been working today, slows it down a little bit. Fools Robleski, and it'll be strike 1.
Yeah, it seems like that changeup's been his best pitch today. Using it in all sorts of ways. First pitches and at-bats in. He's punched a few guys out with it.
And that one's going to be a little inside to Robleski. And the count will be evened up 1-1.
He saw his lineup give him a couple runs last half inning. Saints lead 2-0.
And Garnett always seems to make his starts on the road. And a nice pitch there, fired past Robleski for strike 2. We've seen him pitch quite a few times in Palm Springs and saw him again at Thousand Oaks, but yet to make a start at Jackie Robinson Field so far.
Yeah, it's his 4th start. He also started at San Luis Obispo, the July 3rd game. It's his 4th start all away from home.
And that's going to be a shot sent out to center field. Elliott tracking it. And he's going to – did he grab it? Where is it? It's an out.
He caught it.
It's an out. He
caught it. He started looking over the fence.
It looked like he had maybe lost it, but it looks like he robs Robleski there. And shaken up a little bit, but Garnett will tip his cap to him, thank his center fielder, and a quick first out. A little bit of a loud out, but works the same.
And Tommy, we went walking around the stadium earlier, and there's that sand patch out in dead center. I wonder if that's where Elliott was at. Looked like he was backed up as far as he can go. They made an over-the-shoulder catch just shy of the wall. Allowed out number 1, but Garnett will take it. Good play by Elliott.
And the first pitch was low for a ball. And the second one will be high. And it's 2-0 to Tanner Otremba. Otremba yesterday hit by a pitch, not once but twice. Also had a double.
Yeah, Saints hit a lot of men yesterday. Nistrin came in, hit 3 or 4 batters.
A little bit of command issues, but got out of the inning thanks to a relief appearance by Derek Yu as well, too. And that one was a strike swung on by Otremba. And that one as well. Garnett continuing to take a little bit off of it, and the Foresters are not sitting on it.
It looked like that changeup again, and that's when it's his heater, his fastball that comes in so fast makes that changeup so much more effective because they're sitting back thinking it's the heater, then they see the change, and they can't touch it.
And that one spiked in the ground, and we're all knotted up. Full count again. The pitch from Garnett. It's going to be ripped foul down the third base line, and Otremba will live to see another pitch.
Saints 2-0 versus the Foresters so far this season. Both wins coming in Pasadena.
First time out in Santa Barbara. And looking to get through 4 innings. As that one's going to be fouled away.
It's a good battle here.
Off to the right. Otremba keeps it at a full count. And Garnett continuing to attack. We'll see what he throws at the third full count pitch. The delivery.
Right
it's
there.
on the corner, and Otremba can't believe it. He got caught looking, and now he's walking back with his head down.
Painting the plaque there, Garnett, right on that outside corner. Couldn't be placed any better, and Otremba is the 5th strikeout for Garnett, and Garnett right now is just in his zone dealing.
Garnett's got a pace that he likes, and he's sticking to it. It's going to be Casagrande getting the curveball that comes back in for strike 1. Casagrande, the first base runner of the day for the Foresters, reached on the walk with 2 outs in the second. And after issuing the walk to him, Garnett now, after that fastball, finds himself up 0-2 quickly on him.
Something to remember, Garnett did not allow an extra base hit till his 3rd start, his last one against San Luis Obispo.
And a setup outside. Garnett delivers it outside. But not chasing is Casagrande. Plenty of pitches to work with. 1-2 now. And you mentioned that after here, that's going to be a single for Casagrande. But you mentioned that when he gives up the hits, he tends to keep them to a minimal. He got a little roughed up early on in his last start against Slow, but quickly settled down, was able to go 4 innings. And they were very aggressive on him, as you remember that. And I think Garnett has decided he's going to change his pace up a little bit and change up what he throws. And now it's going to be Romback after the Casagrande single up the middle.
Yeah, Casagrande, the one guy so far getting to Garnett, reached base both times. Romback singled, was right on the fastball from Garnett last time. Let's see if...
And that one was spiked in for Garnett, but Peyton Lewis able to get the block. See if he'll get him to chase. Doesn't, and it's 1-0.
Casagrande's single was the 3rd hit for the Foresters here in inning number 4.
Garnett from the stretch now. 1-0 delivery. The side step. Curveball. Low and in. 2-0. Romback was the first hit. Campbell as well got one in the 3rd, and Casagrande, just the 3rd man.
Great pick over there, McMurray.
The pickoff attempt by Garnett got away from him a little bit, but McMurray able to stay in front of it, and no one moves. 2-0 pitch from Garnett. It's going to be high and away again, and he's down 3-0 to Romback.
It was these guys, Casagrande and Romback, in the 2nd inning. That started a little 2-out rally. The only little jam that Garnett's been in. And he's in trouble right now with these same guys.
3-0 pitch, finds the zone. Romback thought it was a strike. But ultimately, the guy behind the catcher gets to decide what that is.
Yep. Romback thought it was a little high. That was a strike. It was in the zone.
They pay me to broadcast, not to umpire.
Yeah.
3-1 to Romback. And Garnett's pitch is going to be low. Runner was going. It won't matter. The walk will get them over to second and first.
I was going to say, they pay you? They pay you to broadcast?
Well, they don't. But,
yeah.
you know, it's
I was like, well, I didn't know that.
With experience. It's Romback reaching via the walk. And him and Casagrande switch outcomes in their first and second at-bat. And now Dylan Leach, the strikeout victim, his last time up, is going to take ball one from Garnett.
Looks like Garnett a little rattled with after the single from Casagrande, trying to settle down. And his stuff hasn't really been hittable so far for the Foresters. He needs to keep pumping strikes.
And that one flown past Leach. Going to even the count 1-1. And it's been those change of speeds and the mix-up from Garnett that's really fooled these Forester hitters and has translated to early success for Garnett. But Romback and Casagrande have been the two to figure out the code. And Leach, after taking a curveball, will be down 1-2.
Yeah, and Garnett got Leach late on 2 fastballs his first at-bat, including the punch-out pitch. He was late on the first fastball here. Let's see if he goes back to it to get Leach.
Runner going, loses the bat again, and an easy pop fly to third. It'll be Drew Cowley ending the inning. Well, it was Casagrande and Romback again causing a little bit of trouble with a single and a walk with 2 down, but again, able to get out of it is Tristan Garnett. He's through 4 scoreless right now. It's 2-0 in favor of your Saints. And when we come back, it'll be Bradshaw, Elliott, and Cowley for the Saints. Well, Justin Eckhart's day is done. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Foresters go to the bullpen. And it's going to be the USC product, the senior, Carson Lambert, for the Foresters.
Yeah, Lambert, another righty, taking over for Eckhart. Eckhart finishes, going 4 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts and no walks. Saints got to rough him up a little bit. And for some guys, such as Connor Bradshaw, who struck out twice to Eckhart, happy to see a new man out there, see if he can get to Lambert here and get things going for the Saints in the 5th.
Absolutely. Bradshaw uncharacteristically striking out in his first 2 at-bats. But it's going to lead off the 5th for us here against Lambert. and see if he can translate that to a new outcome.
Now batting for the Saints, the designated hitter, Bradshaw.
Bradshaw, out of Pepperdine University, has been one of the breakout stars for the Saints.
Absolutely came in today hitting 345. Second behind Cowley.
And he's going to be a little ahead of that one. It'll be 0-1 for Lambert's day to start off.
Lambert, as you mentioned, from USC.
Another righty on the mound for the Foresters. The delivery is going to be fouled away.
Bradshaw now in danger of getting the hat trick here.
All by the 5th inning as well.
Yeah, and like you said, very unlike him.
Well, he's looking to see if he can change the narrative. Down 0-2, Bradshaw the pitch from Lambert. Long delivery, the pitch. High, able to lay off of it is Bradshaw.
Say Lambert, a little bit of, like you said, a long delivery. Goes, puts the glove over the head. Kind of like Kershaw-like.
I'm sure it won't be like that if we get runners on base.
No,
So
I hope it is. Then we got runners can take off.
Pitch to Bradshaw is going to be low, and he's even the count up, 2-2. Bradshaw, we talk about his power and his speed combination. You got to love his discipline. 11 walks on the year. From the leadoff spot, very effective, but you mentioned it earlier, the hat trick for Connor Bradshaw. He'll go down on strikes for his 3rd time this evening.
Yeah, fastball just blown by him, and he's just having trouble making contact. A lot of swings and misses in his first 3 at-bats. Goes down swinging all 3 to plate appearances, and
looks like we're having a substitution here, maybe on that catch by Elliott in center. It's going to be Bo Willis batting for him.
I'm going to say, when Elliott made that catch, he was kind of moving his shoulder around a little bit.
We'll have to see what's up with that, and that's going to be a foul ball for Bo Willis, who ripped it down the 3rd baseline.
I imagine Willis obviously going behind the plate. They'll move Lewis out to the outfield.
Probably Burden over to center field, maybe?
Or, yeah.
I would say that over Cowden. I don't think Cowden's playing center field, but probably see Lewis go to right field and
Cowden to left and
Burden to center. The second pitch to Willis. Fouls it again, this time into the glove. And 2 big hacks result in 2 strikes, and he's down 0-2.
So obviously we hope Cooper Elliott's all right. It was a heck of a catch he made.
Fooled us. Couldn't quite see it out there. Sun right in our eyes. And that's going to be taken just low for Lambert, and Willis will make it 1-2. But Cooper Elliott, a guy that plays more than just the center field, too. The ultimate utility guy. See him all around the infield. Has played first, third, even shortstop, and finds himself in center field as well a lot, too. And that's going to be ripped towards the 3rd baseman, Campbell, who fires over to Rombeck, and Bo Willis will be retired. 2 down for the Foresters.
Yeah, you can't stress enough going back to Elliott how important it is to have a guy like him that can play anywhere, give anybody a day off when they need it, and still produce at a high level like he does.
And with Willis's ground ball to 3rd, it'll be Drew Cowley stepping in. 1 for 2 on the day, single and a ground ball to 2nd base. His first time seeing Lambert. It's going to be a weak grounder to 1st, and Lambert will come in and shut down the inning. It's a 1-2-3 for the pitching change for Carson Lambert. Now coming up in the bottom of the 5th for the Foresters, it'll be Leach, Rydell, and Pettis. You're listening to the Arroyo Seco Saints on the Saints Radio Network. And apologies, at the top half of the inning, it'll be Rydell, Pettis, and Campbell. Not Leach, popped out to Drew Cowley at third base. And if Garnett looks a little bit different, it's because they made him take off his arm sleeve just before that inning. Not sure what might have been the issue with it. Went 4 innings already, but
And
maybe just a mind trick from the Foresters.
trying to get something going their way, I guess, as Garnett's been cruising. 64 pitches. That was just his 65th. And there's number 66. Last inning threw 25 pitches. Only inning that he exceeded 14 pitches. As he's really been cruising, going at his pace. And
It's 1-1 here. And that one will be spiked in the ground. And it'll be 2-1.
Rydell grounded out to Cobb his first time up to lead off the third inning.
New catcher in. As we talked about the injury to Cooper Elliott at the top of the inning. Moving over from right field is Josh Cowden to center. Catcher, Peyton Lewis, moves to right field. And new catcher is Bo Willis. We saw bat.
Yeah, Bo Willis, he started yesterday against the Forcers. Threw out a runner trying to steal, but they were very aggressive against him. And leadoff man gets on via the walk.
And leadoff walk issued by Garnett is the first leadoff man to reach base. Jack Rydell via the walk. And they're back to the top of the order with Kendall Pettis.
Third walk of the game for Garnett. First time the leadoff guy has gotten on for the Foresters. See if Garnett can work out of it with the top of the order now. He struck out Pettis twice. Pettis with wheels, not an easy guy to double up if it's hit on the ground. Saints infielders have to be quick.
And pitching from the stretch early on. And just missing that one a little bit low, probably, to Pettis is Garnett, and it'll be 1-0 with the runner at first now. Garnett's going to check the runner.
It's the second time, Tommy, at least in the games we've called, we've seen a pitcher get checked by the umpires. Remember the pitcher in San Luis Obispo was checked. First time it's happened to a Saint that I've seen.
Yeah, and I've been to all these games, regardless of calling them or not. That's the first time. Pettis shows bunt, able to pull away from the chin music, and he's ahead 2-0 on Garnett.
Yeah, Garnett having trouble locating right now. They haven't been able to hit him much. Only 3 hits in the game. You'd like to see him go right after him. Make him put it in play. Saints a good defensive team. We saw Elliott make a nice catch.
And that pitch going to be low and inside, 3-0 to Pettis. And this is the first time Garnett has worked into the 5th inning for the Saints. His previous 4, his longest was 4 innings of work. And they'd love to get him through it. But that one's going to be high, and it's going to be 4 pitches. And now the first 2 men reach via the walk.
Yep, tying run now on base, and Pettis, who's quick, and I was about to say, looks like a good time for a mound visit.
And it'll be Coach Josh Schmidt heading out for the mound visit.
Heart of the order for the Foresters coming up with Campbell,
And
Cachel, and Robleski.
Schmidt thrown out of last night's game. Had some choice words for the umpires, but back again today. Seems a lot more mellow. Not a guy who usually freaks out like that.
Well, honestly, some of the calls, I don't blame him yesterday. The umpire's been a lot better today.
And the first time Garnett's been in trouble, so the first time we've seen him.
Yep, and this is where Garnett needs to try to work out of this. You hate leadoff walks in general. The Saints got the Foresters to strand a lot of runners yesterday. Let's see if they can leave a few more on base here.
And it was Rydell and Pettis, the first 2 men of the inning, that reached via the leadoff walk. And now the third baseman, Dylan Campbell. A single in his last at-bat. Also a strikeout victim. Will take ball 1. And that's 6 in a row now for Garnett.
And it's the third time that Garnett's had runners on first and second, but the first time he's had nobody out.
And the green light pitch from Campbell, it seems like it's going deep, and it's gonna leave. Dylan Campbell, a 3-run shot after the first 2 men of the inning. Rydell and Pettis walk. A mistake pitched by Garnett, and just like that, it's now 3-2 Foresters.
Yeah, and Campbell knew that one. He dropped the bat, that he got all of that one, and like I said, the 2 walks to lead off the inning come around to hurt Garnett, and just like that, Foresters have the lead now, and Saints trail by a run.
And got to have a quick memory as a pitcher. Was doing great through 4. But here in the 5th, has given up 3 runs without even issuing an out. And missing the zone again there to Cachel.
And it's just a different Garnett this inning. He's falling behind guys now. Having trouble locating. The one he did, Campbell sent it 320 feet over the fence in left field.
And just like that, he's down 2-0 to Cachel. Cachel, ground out victim both times to first base and to Garnett. And now Garnett is down in the count 3-0.
Yeah, he's just having trouble right now. You wonder how short his leash is right now. For Milam, needs to take a deep breath, settle down, go pitch at a time. Oh.
And a pitch that a lot of people thought was a ball here, but will be ruled a strike. And Garnett's down 3-1, trying to work back to Cachel. And he missed it. It'll be another walk, the 3rd of the inning for Garnett. And as you said, some action in the bullpen. Looks to be number 23, John Chompko, warming up for the Saints.
Yeah, and this is the most painful way to watch it. If the other team is going to score runs, you want to make them earn it. And Garnett right now giving out free passes.
3 runs on 1 hit in the inning. The leadoff man, Jack Rydell, reaching via the walk. Kendall Pettis shortly after results in the same.
5 walks in the game now for Garnett.
And starts off Robleski with a ball of his own. Runner on first also, Cachel reaching via the walk. And Garnett struggling to find the zone.
He just can't find anything right now. This may be his last batter if he's not retired.
We'll see what manager Aaron Milam decides to do.
Still looking for their first out in the inning.
And that one's going to be fouled back off the top of the fence. And it's 2-1. And Garnett got through the first 4 innings unscathed. Looked very effective. And since the top of this inning, has not looked the same. Some command issues. And then, of course, the mistake pitch to Campbell. A 3-run home run, giving them the lead. And luckily there gets a lazy pop-up that Peyton Lewis calls off Jackson Cobb for. And that will be the first out of the bottom of the 5th.
And that's a big out for Garnett. Just to get that first guy, fell behind 2-0 again, to come back, get that first out. And even though he got the out,
seems like Coach Milam is going to go to the bullpen anyway. The runner on first is Garnett's responsibility. He knows what happened. Knew he had a good outing through 4 and just unfortunately couldn't finish the job in the 5th. And it'll be the UTSA Roadrunner, John Chompko, coming in from the bullpen. He'll get a couple warm-up pitches, and then he'll go on to face Tanner Otremba. It's a pitching change in the bottom of the 5th. We're going to take a quick break, And when we come back, it's John Chompko's turn to attack the Foresters lineup. And we're back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 down for the Road Runner out of University of Texas San Antonio, John Chompko. He comes in to clean up after Tristan Garnett started the 5th. And he'll face Tanner Otremba to start it off. And a pickoff play before the first pitch will keep the runner honest.
Yeah, John Chomko. It's been good this year. Takes over for Garnett. Garnett was good until this inning.
The runner at first, his responsibility after issuing him the walk earlier. And Otremba will quickly swing at that one. And Chomko's starting it off with the strike.
Garnett goes 4 1/3. 4 hits, allowed 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts, but the 5 walks is what hurt him. And 84 pitches thrown.
And a pitch in the dirt, runner was going. It gets away from Willis. And that's going to be Cachel moving over 90 feet. 1-1 the count now. Chomko's been a very reliable arm out of the Saints bullpen that's been overall this season, for lack of a better word, phenomenal.
Yeah, the 2 UTSA guys have been arguably the best 2 pitchers in the Saints bullpen, Kyle Sonduck being the other. And I'd like to see Chomko just continue what he's done all season.
And a rip to left field. It's going to be Chomko. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Otremba is going to be pulling up at second easily. And Cachel's going to come around to score, and that's the 4th run of the inning for the Foresters now.
Yeah, Otremba all over that pitch from Chomko. Drives in the run. That'll be the 4th run credited against Garnett.
And now Chomko responsible for the runner at second. Tyler Casagrande stepping in for the Foresters. Walk and a single in his first 2 at-bats, has yet to be retired. And Chomko's going to start him off with a fastball for strike 1.
Yep, Casagrande, before this inning, him and the man on deck, Rombach, the only 2 that really stir any trouble on Garnett. This is now the 7th hitter come to the plate, still only 1 out.
And just the 2nd hit of the inning, but the 4th run.
And it's really what we've seen the Saints do to teams so much this season, score runs via errors or walks, cashing those in. It is happening against the Saints here tonight.
And it was a strike on the 2nd pitch. 0-2, Chomko delivers just outside to Casagrande. Sun's getting low in Santa Barbara, shining right at lefty batters.
It went away for a second. It just popped back out.
Not so cloudy anymore. Getting a little low for it. And Casagrande is going to stay alive with a foul ball to the backstop.
4 runs in the inning for the Foresters. Now take a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 5th.
And if you're John Chomko, that's all you want it to be. Just get us out of this inning. Get the bats up. They've been hot today. Give them a chance to earn you the victory later on. The pitch from Chomko. Ball is in no man's land, it looks to be, out in left, and it's going to drop. Burden unable to secure the ball in left. In between the Bermuda Triangle of Burden, Boning, and Cowley. And just a play that's hard to make for any of those 3 over there.
Yeah, real tough luck for Chomko and those Saints fielders as a ball just perfectly placed for Casagrande. Gets the bloop double, 2nd hit of the game, and really the Saints and Chomko just got to get out of this inning right now.
It's been a long 5th inning. 4 runs have come across, and still only 1 out. After a Casagrande double, it's Nathan Rombach, who has a single and a walk already today. And now 2 runners in scoring position. Chomko takes a little off that one, and it'll be a strike on the corner. Rombach was the first hit of the day, and now a couple more have been piled on since then, mainly in this 5th inning.
He too has reached on both plate appearances. Good block there by Willis.
Willis able to knock that one down, as you said, protecting the runners. And a 1-1 count with runners at 2nd and 3rd. It was all Saints the first 4 innings. And after a big cut by Rombach, he finds himself down 1-2. All Saints the first 4 innings. This 5th inning has been Santa Barbara's. All 4 of their runs coming across here. Tristan Garnett starting it. John Chomko looking to finish it. The 1-2. Grounded up to Chomko, able to snag it. He's going to go home with it.
What a play.
And a heads-up play. Otremba is stunned, didn't even slide, and he was caught in his tracks.
What a play by Chomko. Had to jump in the air on the mound still to field that. Heck of a play, and it saved a run.
And Chomko, kind of surprised he ended up with that one. Otremba was too. Heads-up play to go home with it.
Even after he fielded it, still took a strong throw to the plate on target to Willis to get him. And like you said, Otremba, I think, just shocked that Chomko even fielded it, elected not to slide. And easy tag, out number 2. And Saints are out now of ending this brutal inning.
And Dylan Leach will be coming up with runners on the corners for the Foresters.
9th batter of the inning.
Jack Rydell did start the inning off as a throw over is just late from Chomko. Rydell started this inning off with a leadoff walk, followed by Pettis, who also walked, and then the 3-run bomb by Dylan Campbell shortly after that. And this one seems to be over to left field, playable for Burden, and the 5th inning will finally come to an end. But 4 will come across for the Foresters after a 3-run home run. John Chomko able to get us out of it with limited damage since his arrival. It's going to be McMurray, Cowden, and Lewis coming up for the Saints in the top of the 6th. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. And after the long bottom of the 5th inning, it's going to be Jake McMurray to try to open things up again for the Saints in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, and still plenty of baseball left in the game for the Saints with their lineup only down 2. I mean, we saw last night how many times they came back. And this is an inning where you're being out there a while. Even if you don't score, make this guy throw pitches, try to get a runner on. Obviously, you want to score, but just don't want a quick inning here, and that's exactly what Lambert's going to be trying to do.
And Lambert had a quick inning, came in for relief on Eckhart, and has a little bit of rust, and McMurray will do just that and
Great
start us
start.
off with a nice rip up the middle for a single.
Great start. McMurray's second hit of the game. Had an infield hit earlier, which he got the second on the throwing error by Campbell on third. This time rips that one right into center, and now the Saints with the leadoff guy on. See if they can get going here. Cowden the tying run at the plate. He's ripped 2 doubles.
And so far, like you said, 2 for 2, 2 doubles. And what a find McMurray was for the Saints later on in the year. Blake Marsh looked to be their everyday first baseman. McMurray coming around pretty late, as that one's going to be in the dirt. McMurray's going to go, and he slides in underneath the tag. And a runner at second now for Cowden.
Yeah, absolute great jump by McMurray. Right when that hit the dirt, he took off, and really, even with the good throw by Leach, no chance they're getting McMurray. And look at this. 3 pitches in. The Saints have a runner in scoring position now. Still nobody out.
And McMurray, a very large guy, stocky built, but knows how to move, surprisingly,
Absolutely.
for his size.
And as do pretty much all the Saints players, really. Bo Willis had a stolen bag yesterday. The catcher, everyone pretty quick on this team. We know Cowden has wheels, who's at the plate. Wasn't fast enough that first at bat. Got thrown out trying to stretch a double into a triple, but if he can find the outfield grass here again, he can get another RBI.
No shame in the confidence in his speed either. As the meeting will conclude, and Cowden will be up. After taking the first pitch for a ball, McMurray moved over to second. And Lambert will start in the stretch now. Taken low again. And 2-0 to Cowden. We preach about Cowden's power, but his plate discipline as well. One of the best on the team.
Absolutely, and he's a very aggressive hitter, too. If he likes that first pitch, he's not afraid to take a hack at it, as we saw in his second at-bat, ripping a double. But like you said, won't just swing at everything. Very patient hitter.
And the 2-0 delivery from Lambert is going to be the first strike delivered to Cowden. And talking to Cowden about him and the Foresters, he thinks that these are the 2 best teams in the South Division. And always going to be competitive games when these guys go up against each other. And he enjoys it. And he's thrived during the competition so far.
Yeah, and he very well could be correct. Both these.
And And that one's going to be ripped. Foul for Cowden.
Both these teams, they're tied right now for second, both a game behind the Blues in the South Division standings.
And if the Blues lose, a winner from this team will reclaim first place in the CCL South Division.
Yeah, you really think these three teams, nothing against teams like the Riptide or the Barons.
And another rip by Cowden. That one's got a chance. It's going far, and it's going to bounce off his glove, and it went over to right field. I thought it might have went over the fence there from Pettis' reaction.
But the ball gets thrown in, though. It's going to be the third double for Cowden.
That's definitely going down as a double. McMurray was playing for the catch, and he'll have to stay put at third. But Josh Cowden, 3 for 3 with 3 doubles right now. And Peyton Lewis, who's 2 for 2 already today, will step in with runners in scoring position at second and third.
And after a long inning in which you lose the lead, this is how you respond. Your first two hitters, McMurray and Cowden, ripping hard hit. Single and a double, and now Lewis, who's hit the ball well, has a chance to possibly tie this game.
And Lewis will take the first pitch for a strike from Lambert.
I thought that ball was gone when Cowden hit it. Sounded good off the bat. Then, like I said, it looked like something bounced over the wall. I thought maybe a ground rule double. Then you said, hey, that's off the glove, but
it definitely bounced off Pettis' glove, but he was on the run.
And then he put his head down.
It went over that he was upset about it, right? And Lewis will follow that one back over the backstop.
Heads up play by Robleski to get the ball in because I said Pettis put his head down like he was disappointed with himself. Robleski quickly got the ball in, and you could say saved a run. McMurray, like you said, was planning on tagging, so was back on second. Only got to third, still with nobody out. Prime opportunity for the Saints, but Lewis finds himself in a hole.
0-2 to Lewis. Lambert had a very clean first inning. And the second inning, not quite the same. A fly ball to left. McMurray's going to try to run. It's going to be an opportunity. They throw home, and he beats the tag after a nice slide. And Cowden heads up play, moves over to third. And the tying run is now 90 feet away with Brandon Boning coming in.
And like I said, this is what Peyton Lewis does. He might not hit 300 for you, but great situational hitting. Behind in the count 0-2, knowing he doesn't want to strike out, just get this ball deep enough, and he does just that to third. And McMurray, like we mentioned, has the speed. Goes head first slide, beats the throw, and Saints cut the lead now. And like you said, Cowden, great base running, backing it up, gets the third still with one out.
And
they're going to throw over to see if he left early.
And fans thinking he might be out. Might be a little bit of a bias call. But
no chance. No chance.
He definitely seemed like he was over there fine. Able to tag up. They're going to have another meeting with Lambert after he's found himself in some trouble after a clean top of the fifth frame. And how about these 4 through 6 hitters right now for the Saints? Currently 7 for 8 with a sac fly and 2 RBIs for him. Been a huge part of their success, McMurray, Cowden, and Lewis. And usually we see it from the top 3 guys, Bradshaw, Elliott, and Cowley, but as they seem to struggle a little bit today,
and
picking up some slack are the 4, 5, and 6 guys.
And again, that's what makes this Saints team so good. It doesn't have to be Cowley, obviously the hero last night with the home run. It doesn't have to be him today. He could have his off game, and those other players in the lineup will pick him up and help him out, and that's exactly what Cowden, Lewis, McMurray with a single, Boning now the hitter had a double as well, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Boning as well, 2 for 2, and that one's going to be sawed off. The infield was playing
down.
in, and it gets down because of that.
We have a tie game.
And just like that, after going down 2-4, after the bottom of the 5th, Brandon Boning collects his 3rd hit of the ball game and his first RBI, and it scores Josh Cowden. And there's going to be a meeting, and this time I think there's going to be a substitution.
Looks up, yep, it's going to be a pitching change. Looks like for the Foresters possibly. Thought I saw someone run from the bullpen.
And Lambert is
Yep.
off the bump. We'll have to wait to see who comes out. But the Saints, after being down 2, come into the inning and strike quickly. The only out, a sacrifice fly. And there's going to be a runner on first and Jag Burden coming to the plate. We'll take a break, and we'll see you right back after the pitching substitution. And the pitching change will bring in Cooper Randall out of Oklahoma. Another righty, a senior. He'll be faced with taking on Jag Burden.
Yeah, that'll be the end of the night for Carson Lambert. Had a quick, this ball gets away.
Ball gets away. First pitch from Randall gets away from the catcher Leach, and Brandon Boning will get to move over to second base.
Lambert, after a quick first inning, 1-2-3, gets in trouble here. He finishes an inning in the third. 3 hits, 2 runs, and 1 strikeout.
Runner now in scoring position for Burden. So far, reaching on an error and striking out in his first 2 at-bats. And he's quickly ahead of Cooper Randall, 2-0.
That error back in the 4th inning was a good at-bat. Behind 1-2. Put the ball in play, resulting in error, and has scored Cowden, which scored the Saints' second run of the game.
Saints were trailing 2-4 in this inning when it started, and have since knotted it all up at 4 in the 6th. First strike delivered from Randall. It'll be 2-1 now to Burden. Boning stands on second after the RBI single. Weakly hit, but infield was playing in with the runner at third, and it knotted us up. And the pitch is fouled off by Burden, hitting Leach on the mask. He'll take a second to readjust. But the count will be evened up at 2-2.
Prime opportunity for Burden to give his team the lead. And like you said, no better answer for the Saints than getting 2 of their own here. Get this game tied up, not letting the Forcers have a lead too long. Pick off a tempo.
And if it was on the mark, might have had a chance to get Boning at second. Caught sleeping a little bit.
Cachel took one right to the chest.
Able to keep that one in front of him, otherwise Boning might be standing at third. 2-2 is the count to Burden. And Cooper Randall in the stretch. Fouled away. Protecting is Burden.
Yeah, we saw Burden do this last time. He struck out his first at bat, but He battles at the plate. Not an easy guy to strike out. Has an even count here.
Jag Burden adjusting in his stance. A long await for Randall.
10 hits for the Saints so far.
And that one's going to be grounded over to shortstop. Should be an easy play for Cachel to Rombeck. And Boning lost track of how many outs there were. And he's going to get caught in a pickle now. And that's going to be an easy double play. Boning rounding third, thinking there was 2 outs in the inning. And just a mistake you don't see from someone of Brandon Boning's level. But the Saints do bring 2 across and tie this one up 4-4. Going into the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Leach, Rydell, and Pettis. And you're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. And Jack Rydell is going to get us started in the bottom of the 6th. John Chompko coming out in his 2nd inning of work. Only had to get 2 outs last inning. Will be required to get the whole 3. And the first pitch there is going to be inside to Rydell for ball 1.
Yeah, Rydell got the big inning started with a walk last inning. The first of 9 guys to bat in the inning. It's his 3rd time up. 3rd time he's leading off an inning.
And that one's going to be a ball again to Rydell. And quickly 2-0.
Chompko's first full inning of work.
Chompko able to limit some damage. Had a great heads-up play. As that one's fouled away by Rydell.
Yeah, Chompko came in, got rattled a little bit right away. Back-to-back doubles. One a hard hit one, then obviously one being the bloop that just was perfectly placed. But then, like you said, a heads-up fielder's choice. And then a fly out to end the inning. And then look what his lineup did. Came right back and tied this game back up.
So it'll be a no decision for Garnett. And a rip down the line. That slices foul for Rydell.
Yeah, unlucky for the Forester second baseman. Rydell coming in today hitting .267. Leads the team in RBIs. He's mainly penciled into this 9-hole.
Rydell batted 9th yesterday. Able to pick up a hit. Finished the game 1 for 5.
Yeah, a couple strikeouts yesterday, too. He played shortstop yesterday with Cachel getting the day off.
And now he's got the count even, 2-2 to Chompko. Time called by Rydell.
Like I said earlier, the Foresters like to change up their lineup a lot. Only 4 starters in today that were in the starting lineup yesterday.
And that might be due to the fact of their large numbers. Carry 5 catchers on their roster, just for an example right there, where the Saints only carry Well, 2.5, kind of.
Yeah.
And they check down to third, and the jury is Rydell Went. And it's a strikeout for John Chomko to start off the bottom of the 6th. And he heads back to the top of the order for Kendall Pettis.
Yeah, we actually have a good view of it, and it definitely looked like he went. Chomko gets his first strikeout.
And Kendall Pettis will step in. Hitless today, but did reach on a walk his last at-bat. Struck out to Garnett twice. And takes strike 1 in his first time seeing John Chomko.
Yeah, Pettis, last half inning on the Cowden ball, hit off his glove. He was very disappointed with himself not coming up with it. It was back to the center field wall. Cowden eventually got a double, came around to score.
And able to lay off that one. And now evening the count, 1-1. Chomko's curveball falling off the table right there. Looked very nice. But Pettis able to keep strong and avoid that one. That one, a lot easier to lay off. Fastball spiked in the dirt. 2-1.
And how about the games we've had the pleasure of seeing last night and so far today? Last night's game coming down to the last batter of the game. This one could be doing the same as we're 4-4 here in the bottom of the 6th.
And a pitch that's going to be high again.
Now, you don't want to walk anyone in a game, but Pettis might be the worst one in this Forster lineup to put on base via free pass. As the speed he's got, he can easily turn this walk into a double within the next pitch or two. But let's see if Chomko can come back and get him.
And Pettis helping him out a little bit there. Fouling that one off. It'll count as a strike. And now Kendall Pettis will be faced with a full count against John Chomko. Getting Pettis, big out number 2 of the inning to get up to Dylan Campbell, who hit the 3-run bomb his last time up, and a fly ball to left. Looks like it's hook and foul as well again.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, similar to Drew Cowley of the Saints, Dylan Campbell of the Foresters, a guy you want up at the plate with no runners on. And Chomko can get Pettis, that's what he do. Obviously, we saw Campbell's last at-bat, what he can do with runners on. Cranking a no-doubter 3-run shot to left.
And a ball that is a lazy fly ball back home in Pasadena.
Yeah, only 310 in left here, 374 at Jackie Robinson Field.
But over in Santa Barbara, it clears the wall, and it was 3 runs.
For a guy like Jack Bird in left, you know he's probably running back like, oh, I got this. And he realizes the field he's at and is like, oh, no, I'm already at the fence. And that,
just missing right there with the breaking ball. Chomko's going to surrender the walk to Pettis. And it's the man who's done the most damage so far today, Dylan Campbell, now up for the Foresters. A strikeout victim his first at-bat, able to reach via the single in his second. And then, of course, the detrimental 3-run home run last inning. In an inning that sent 9 guys to the plate.
I would not be surprised to see Pettis take off with one of these first few pitches here, Tommy. As you see Chomko already throwing over, he has the same idea.
Chomko wouldn't have been surprised either by it. Throwing over, not in time. Pettis back easily, and Chomko will keep an eye on Pettis at first. His first pitch to Campbell from the stretch. Fired in for strike 1.
Chomko, when using that slide step, quick coming to home. Bo Willis, he caught one of the few stolen base attempts, got one out last night, had some good throws. But we've seen in the past opponents very aggressive when he's behind the plate.
And if there is one complaint as they throw over again to check on Pettis, if there is one complaint about the Saints this season, it would probably be the ability to throw runners out this season. Not very well at it, only have thrown out 2 guys on the base pass, and one being yesterday.
Yeah, we said opponents constantly running. We didn't see many. We didn't see any stolen base attempts, if I'm not mistaken, on Garnett. Obviously the lefty. Saints not a big lefty. Only 4 lefty arms in the bullpen. 2 of them being starters.
As Chomko fires that one in for strike 2. Pettis has stayed put so far. Let's see if they check him maybe one more time. But the count is 0-2 to Campbell. Maybe a hit and run opportunity for the Foresters. We saw them do that quite a bit. Pettis will stay put, and the fastball will go right past Campbell. And now there's 2 down in the bottom of the 6th.
3-run home run his last time up. 3 pitches. Chomko sends him down quickly. Second strikeout of the inning for Chomko, and out number 2.
Looking like he's settling down a little bit on the bump. It'll be Andrew Cachel, the shortstop. Now up for the Foresters, and Chomko really wants to keep Pettis honest at first. And a guy who stole a base yesterday, why wouldn't you? Even tried to steal third, but a foul ball forced him to come back. He's not afraid to move. Cachel so far hitless as well, and there goes Pettis. Willis going to have a chance, and I don't know if even a good throw gets Pettis on that jump.
Yeah, good jump. Willis throw a little bit behind Boning, where he had to go across his body for the tag. But like you said, Pettis had that stolen bag, and now a 2-out RBI chance for Cachel.
Cachel did go around, and it'll be 0-1 as Chomko delivers. That one low. Count now evened up 1-1. Turning into a very beautiful night in Santa Barbara. Sun was kind of up high. Now by the ocean, a lot cooler.
Absolutely. Feels nice out here right now.
And that one's low and in the dirt for ball 2 now.
And I think this is a big out for Chomko. Your team just came back, obviously a long inning, last inning for the Foresters, scoring 4 runs, and your team immediately comes back and ties this game. You don't want to fall right back behind once again. Want to get those bats back up, a chance to take the lead here.
And a big cut by Cachel, unable to catch up to it. And the count will be evened up 2-2. And especially, not to discredit the higher guys in the order for Santa Barbara, but these lower guys, Otremba, Casagrande, Rombach, have caused some troubles for the Saints, and want to avoid them.
And it's been the same thing in the Saints lineup. It's been those 5 through 8 hitters that's been doing the damage for both sides, really.
As that one was in the dirt again, the count will be full, runner at second. Pettis is the runner at second. Chomko delivering to Cachel from the stretch. Checks the runner at second. The pitch is going to be a step off there. Yep. Keeping him honest.
Ryan Robleski, the right fielder's on deck. He's 0 for 3, a ground out, 2 flyouts.
Chomko, just the 1 base runner this inning, looking to get by with limited damage after allowing the walk. The full count pitch. It's going to be fouled behind the backstop again, and we'll see another full count pitch.
Pettis got on via a walk and then stole second. Foresters trying to cash that walk in. They cashed in every single walk last half inning. 3 walks they got all came around to score.
Full count, Pettis on the move. A swing by Cachel, and he's not going to catch up to it. A fastball ends the inning. No runs will come around, just the 1 walk for Chomko. And the 6th inning will remain tied. It's 4-4 here in Santa Barbara at Pershing Park. And we'll be back with the top of the 7th as the Saints will bring Cobb, Bradshaw, and Willis up in the top of the 7th. Attention California Collegiate League fans. Watch the 2021 CCL Showcase game presented by ABDG Wednesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Bally Sports TV. The CCL's top players will showcase their talents at the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Pre-game workouts will begin at 4 p.m. and tickets will be available at the gate. For more information, please visit calsummerball.com and be sure to follow the action on social media using the hashtag CCLBaseball. Top of the 7th inning here. Jackson Cobb will step in for the Saints. And it'll be Cooper Randall coming back out after finishing the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Cobb, another guy that's happy to see a different pitcher. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts so far.
And quickly now ahead 2-0.
And for Cobb, he was ahead in the count 3-0 his first at bat. And he ended up striking out. He's up 3-1 his second at bat. Ended up striking out. Now he's up 2-0. So he's getting these hitter counts. Now 3-0. See if you can do something with it this at bat.
Having 3 balls in all 3 at bats, and unfortunately 2 strikeouts to show for it now, but the 3-0 count should be a take pitch all the way to start the inning. Cobb with a lot of speed as well. If he gets on, can be dangerous, and that one's going to be inside. It's going to be a 4-pitch walk from Randall, and the leadoff man reaches via the walk.
And we know how deadly the Saints are when they get that leadoff man on, especially via the walk. And with Cobb's speed, top of the order, Bradshaw's due. Let's see if the Saints can retake that lead.
And Leach is going to go out there, talk to his pitcher after issuing the leadoff walk. And as you said, Connor Bradshaw due for one today. Right now, rocking the trifecta, 3 strikeouts. Something very unconditional for Bradshaw. And we'll see how he gets the first pitch here, fouled away from Randall. Cobb on first after reaching via the leadoff walk. And Connor Bradshaw now down 0-1 to Cooper Randall. Randall checking Cobb. And he'll throw over. Almost gets away, but Rombach able to snag that one.
We saw Peyton Lewis back in inning number 4 get a delayed stolen base. Other than that, no stolen bases for the Saints.
Both these teams were in a lot of motion yesterday, and there it continues here. Jackson Cobb's going to go.
He's got it.
And able to stay on the base, and he'll steal that one. Both teams known for their speed. They like to utilize it. Cooper Elliott leads the team with 10 stolen bases. Unfortunately left the game early with an injury today. No word on how that's going, but Bo Willis, the man on deck, came in to pinch hit for him. And Bradshaw going to foul off another pitch, and it's 1-2.
Now Bradshaw in danger of the golden sombrero. 4 Ks.
And Bradshaw, one of those guys I'm sure should have the opportunity at least to play in that CCL Showcase game, but struggling a little bit today. 1-2 the count to Bradshaw, runner at second. And Cobb is going to call, well, rather Connor is going to call time. Cobb's at second. Bradshaw stepping back in, 1-2. And Cooper Randall shaking off the first pitch. Steps off, didn't like anything there.
And he wants to talk to his catcher again. Not on the same page with that go-ahead run sitting on second with nobody out.
And very concerned about the man at the plate, Connor Bradshaw, as they should be. Today, not a true test of what his season has been so far. Always got to keep him honest. And an opportunity with the go-ahead run at second, 1-2. Bradshaw fouling off another one, his 3rd foul of the AB.
There's a big hole between short and third with the shortstop playing close to second in case Randall wants to try to pick off attempt for Cobb. I'd love to see Bradshaw go in that direction. If he could just shoot a base hit in between short and third into left, I'd love to see it right now.
And the pitch to Bradshaw.
Oh,
He's
or
ripped
do
one
that.
into there. It's going far. It's going deep. Pettis is going to watch it, and it's gone.
Or do that, Connor Bradshaw.
Connor Bradshaw, his 4th of the year, and that one was a no-doubter. Jackson Cobb's going to come in to score, and Bradshaw follows shortly. And we knew that the 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts wasn't a true test of the game. And Randall is going to be pulled after that one because I don't know if that ball's even landed yet.
That was crushed. I'm sitting over here talking about a base hit to left. Shut me up, Connor Bradshaw hit a bomb.
Those mountains in the background might have a dent in them after that.
Wow.
Connor Bradshaw
That's how
get Cooper Randall out.
That's how you erase an 0 for 3 with 3 strikeout kind of day right there. Puts the Saints in front and now lead by 2. Wow.
And there'll be a pitching change for the Foresters. And we'll hop away for a second and be back shortly after when we're ready to go and continue in the top of the 7th. It's the Saints 6, the Foresters 4. And after the moonshot by Connor Bradshaw to give the Saints the lead, there's going to be a pitching change. Number 32, Scott Ellis out of the University of Oregon will come on to face Bo Willis in his 2nd AB. And that'll be a strike to start us off for Ellis.
Yeah, 2 batters into the 7th. We talked about Bradshaw being due 0 for 3 with 3 Ks, and he hit a moonshot in right center.
Bo Willis with a nice rip. Gonna go foul, unfortunately. We've seen that a couple times, and now the 2nd for Willis on that.
I was literally about to say, we've seen Willis turn, even at the previous games at home, turning on some of these pitches, lacing him down the left field line, but just falling a little bit foul for him. Now he's behind in the count 0-2.
Ellis, the sophomore out of Oregon, comes in relief for Randall. And chased there by Willis. And the drop third will be the first out of the 7th. And that'll bring up number 21, the hero in yesterday's game. A little bit quieter today, just the one hit. But the third baseman, Drew Cowley. And the first pitch to Cowley is going to be taken for a strike.
Yeah, Cowley, and there's a silver lining for the Foresters is the 4th at bat for Cowley.
As that one's going to be grounded over to 2nd. Going to be an easy play. And coming in is Scott Ellis getting 2 quick outs.
Yeah, and that's what you want, Scott Ellis. Coming in, doing his job, trying to keep the Foresters in the game, but Saints already doing the damage thanks to the Bradshaw home run. See if McMurray, Cowley, and Lewis, who have all been so good so far this game, can get a 2-out rally and keep pouring it on here for the Saints.
And these next 4 hitters, McMurray, Cowden, Lewis, and Boning, 10 for 11 on the day. As McMurray takes a big hack, trying to imitate Connor Bradshaw's swing maybe, but it'll be 0-1. McMurray currently sitting 2 for 3, couple of singles, and he's going to foul that one away and finds himself down 0-2 to Ellis.
Yeah, McMurray's been really good lately. Like you said, just a guy that it seems like he's continuing to get better and better each game. Whether if he's not getting hits at the plate, he's making stellar defensive plays out on the field.
And showing off his discipline to lay off the pitch in the dirt.
And
it's 1-2.
we're talking about a guy that wasn't really starting a lot when he first got here. Obviously, Marsh was at first. Then the games he did get batting at the bottom of the order, really worked his way up. We saw him in the 2-hole a few times the last few weeks. Now really starting to settle in this cleanup spot.
And the delivery, it's going to be a ground ball to Campbell. Scoop nicely over to Romback, and the side is retired. But not before a huge home run by the Pepperdine product, Connor Bradshaw, to give the Saints the lead. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning with the Saints winning 6-4. And it's stretch time in Santa Barbara. Seventh inning stretch here in Santa Barbara. Broadcasters need it too, you know?
Absolutely, especially you standing this entire game.
I know, I've been quite limber right now.
You've been moving a little bit, though.
Yeah, I like to keep it honest. Chompko's coming out here to work his 3rd inning and takes a little bit off that one and starts it off with a strike.
To Robleski.
Thank you. Was looking for it, couldn't find it. Didn't want to say his name wrong. Robleski now takes a pitch. Won't forget it now. He's number 10. I got it written right here. Just off on it a little bit. 1-1 the count to Chompko.
Chompko was good last inning, just the walk, but he ended up striking out the side.
And another nice pitch there from Chompko. And Robleski will find himself down 1-2.
We've seen it work with Garnett and his changeup. Now it seems like Chompko's breaking balls as well. These Forsters hitters are really out in front of a lot of them.
Chompko ahead 1-2 to Robleski. The pitch. Ground ball over to Jackson Cobb. Should be an easy play, and it is to McMurray. They'll go around the horn, and they'll be one down with number 44, Tanner Otremba, stepping in.
Otremba, the DH. 1 for 3, doubled his last time up, and was stranded on 3rd. He's grounded out and struck out as well. Chomko really settling in here for the Saints.
And Otremba was that big out at the plate his last time up as well. And he's going to take the pitch from Chomko high for ball 1. Chomko has really come in since the trouble in the 5th inning and established a presence. And Otremba's going to follow that one away, and the count will now be even 1-1.
Yeah, the only hits he's allowed were the first 2 batters he faced. And it was Otremba, the first guy he faced, who the only one really to square up a ball off Chomko, ripped a double down the left field line, then a bloop double from Casagrande, who stands on deck, who's really been a thorn in the Saints' side tonight. Since then, Chomko's been dealing.
That one just missing. It's going to be 2-1 now to Otremba. Chomko is in the stretch, working quickly, and that one, maybe a little bit of a quick pitch, takes something off it. Otremba just watches it for a strike.
Yeah, that pitch is working right now for Chomko. See if he throws another one, maybe a little bit lower. Try to get Otremba to chase here.
2-2, the pitch from Chomko. Definitely took something off of it. Looks like it's going to be out of play. McMurray's waiting under it. And it got stuck up in the trees hanging over there.
The tree hanging over into foul territory. McMurray looked like he was camping under it, but obviously coming out in the wrong area because of the tree.
Is that can't be a playable ball after it hits the tree, is it? It can't be. I don't know why it's in fair territory even, but
no, it can't because it's just like if it was a fence or a person or something, right?
Yeah, a dead ball as soon as it hits the tree, and we'll be back with a 2-2 count to Chomko. Still working. That one slips away from him, and Otremba works the full count. McMurray might have had a play on that had that not been in the way over there. Massive tree.
Absolutely. It looked like he was camped under it. I thought he was going to make it.
But nonetheless, Chomko will take the out himself, and Otremba is retired on strikes.
Now batting the left fielder, Casagrande.
No matter if there's a tree or not in play, Chomko will get the out. And now that brings up, like you said, the thorn in the side of the Saints so far, Tyler Casagrande, yet to be retired. 2 for 2 with a walk today.
Yeah, Casagrande, a guy coming in, hitting .318. Just reaching base, really that guy that the Saints have had trouble with.
And Chomko started him off with a strike on the inside half. He'll work with the second pitch. Low this time, and the count's evened up 1-1. Casagrande, a double in his last at-bat. A single the one before that. And this one's grounded to McMurray, able to knock it down, and he'll take it himself. Chomko retires the side. After a 3-up, 3-down inning, the Saints will go into the top of the 8th, leading 6-4 in Santa Barbara. When we come back, it'll be Cowden, Lewis, and Boning for the Saints. Thank you for listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network.
the Saints.
And a pitching change again for the Foresters. It'll be their 5th arm they've thrown today. It's going to be Connor Roberts out of UC Santa Barbara, faced with the challenge of number 27, the milkman, Josh Cowden.
In a meeting before he even throws a pitch. Yeah, Connor Roberts from UC Santa Barbara. A big leg kick. Throws hard. Throws that leg up there, like you said, Tommy, in between innings. Bronson Arroyo-like.
And a flash from the past with that name, former Red.
Yeah.
He'd probably pitch somewhere else, right?
Arizona. I
Yeah,
believe Arizona.
There
Yeah.
it is. There it is.
Everyone knows Bronson because of that
known
kick.
for the luscious locks and the leg kick. Not so much for the pitching. But it's going to be
right.
Connor Roberts, and he's going to start us off with the ball up in the zone, and it'll be 1-0 to Josh Cowden. Cowden, 3 for 3, 3 doubles today. Seeing the ball real well in Santa Barbara.
Yep, extra base hit machine.
He's going to take that one for strike 1. And now Roberts has worked the count back to even, 1-1. And the kick, low and inside. It's a ball to Cowden, 2-1.
Yeah, Cowden scored. Came around to score the last 2 doubles he's gotten. With that second double, he drove in a run as well.
And he's going to continue to take these low in the zone. Now, green light pitch, 3-1. And
Jackson Cobb led off with a walk his last inning. And came around to score on the Bradshaw homer. Saints looking for a second straight leadoff walk.
3-1. That one's going to find the zone on the outside corner, and the count is full. Josh Cowden here to protect. Roberts here to get him out. The pitch. It's going to be sliced off, and just not enough on it. Looked like it caught the inside of the bat maybe. And it'll be a line out to the shortstop, Cachel.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I couldn't see whether Cowden got jammed or hit off the end of the bat, but just a lazy little line drive that's easily caught there by Cachel. And here's Peyton Lewis now.
Peyton Lewis, the man they call P-Lou in the dugout. Stepping in for the 4th time today and taking a ball low in the zone. And what a game for him. A man who we said has seen some struggles at the plate, but 2 for 2. Couple of singles and a sac fly his last time up.
Yeah, sac fly. Drove in his team-leading 16th RBI of the year.
And a guy who's, since the first week, has shown he's an RBI machine.
Had a grand slam earlier in the season.
1-1 the count after the foul ball. And that one breaks back into the zone. Strike 2. One down in the top of the 8th. 4-6 ball game, Saints lead. The pitch. P-Lou grounds it over to first. Gets a little bobbled, but able to regain is Rombach, and covering was Roberts, and there's 2 down in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, similar to Cowden. Looks like he got jammed there. Soft hit ball over to first. Nearly ended up reaching via the air as Rombach had some trouble, but he's able to stay with it and flip it to Roberts covering for out number 2.
And now Brandon Boning will take his hacks from the righty batter's box. 3 at-bats, 3 hits for him today. And that one looks
Nearly
to have
got
gotten
him.
past. Just going to be inside for ball 1. Boning, a man who gets hit by a lot of pitches.
The last 2, Lewis and Boning, are just ball magnets, it seems like. And
I don't have the stat in front of me, but he has to lead the team. I mean, he got hit yesterday even.
yeah, but it seems like those 2 just happen to be. I feel like every team has that one guy, maybe 2 guys that just seem to get it more than the rest. And definitely for the Saints, it's Boning and Lewis.
And 1-1 the count. You don't know if you like to be that guy or if you don't either. The elbow guard now helps out a lot, but taking it anywhere else
I mean, it
doesn't
helps.
feel good.
It helps the on-base percentage. It's just a painful way to do it. It also depends where you get hit.
Try to find some place that has a little more meat. 2-1 after taking the pitch, and there, foul over the backstop will now even the count at 2 apiece. And Brandon Boning, we know what he can do on the field defensively, but have a day at the plate. A double already for him, and reaching base via the single with an RBI his last time up.
And he's been doing that really the past few games. He's been starting to get a lot of multi-hit games, getting that average up.
And he takes that pitch high and inside as well. And now we have a full count with 2 down.
Burden on deck if he were to get the chance here in the 8th.
Full count from Roberts, the pitch to Boning. It's going to find the zone. Leach knew it, and Boning will be retired for the first time tonight. An easy 1-2-3 inning from the new pitcher, Connor Roberts. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Rombeck, Leach, and Rydell. Saints lead 6-4. And after 2 2/3 inning, we go from one road runner to the next. It's going to be Kyle Sonduck coming into relief for John Chomko. Very nice outing from Chomko, and the Saints sending one of their, if not their best arm, out to try to close out, I would imagine, both these next 2 innings.
Absolutely, and it obviously could depend how this first inning goes, but if it goes anywhere near how every other inning's gone for Sonduck this season, he'll go out there for both. He's been near perfect. A lot of strikeouts, just absolute dominance out on the mound from Sonduck. Really just goes out there with the mindset of he's better than everyone he's going to face, and so far he's been better than everyone he's faced.
And it is a new day, so we'll need to see him approach the Foresters for the first time. But Head coach Aaron Milam isn't putting Sonduck out here because he doesn't think he can do it. And that's why. That breaking ball is, for lack of a better word, disgusting
Yeah.
for Kyle Sonduck.
No, and then he mixes that with a heater that he can blow right by guys when he wants it. And
it's a 1-1 count after the strike on the inside corner. And that one fouled off.
And Sonduck's just a guy, when you're an opponent in the batter's box, you just do not want to fall down to 2 strikes against. As, like you said, racking up the strikeouts is filthy when you have him, when you're behind in the count with 2 strikes. And right now, Rombach's really in the hole here.
Down 1-2. Rombach
Looks
gonna
like
have to be ready for anything Sonduck puts in front of him.
Looks like Jared Thomas has grabbed a bat on deck. He started catcher yesterday, had a clutch 2-run single in the first inning. Ooh.
And on the corner, Rombach looks back at the blue. He's going to have a little bit of a conversation, and he's gone that quick. Didn't take long. Rombach's night will be done an inning early, and he'll get a little bit of backup from his coach. And he's wondering what he said. Thought the pitch might have been a little outside.
We saw something similar in Palm Springs with Cowden where he just turned and said one thing, and he got tossed. The umpires don't take much. Wondering what Rombach said. He wasn't happy with the call. Nonetheless, Kyle gets the first out via strikeout.
And still talking. Wondering how Rombach got out of it, but he won't bat again today. That'll be his day. And the pinch hitter, Jared Thomas, will come in for Dylan Leach.
Thomas drove in 3 of the 6 runs for the Foresters last night. Like you said, though, 5 catchers on the roster. Like to rotate them.
And Thomas yesterday picked up a couple of RBIs and a couple hits. 2 for 4 performance yesterday with a walk. And he's going to take the first pitch from Sonduck for a strike. The pitching changes have been a big story going into today. Just the 3rd pitcher so far for the Saints. Meanwhile, we've seen 5 on the other side for the Foresters.
And that's really something we saw Milam, as the season goes on, let his guys work a lot more. Like you said, if Sonduck works a quick inning here, I would not be surprised to see him go back out there for the 9th. But we saw at the beginning of the games, beginning of the season, a lot of pitching changes, letting everyone get some work in, obviously before league play. That's when it really changed. And then once we got into league play, like I said, letting the starters go. He let Garnett go into the 5th inning today. We've seen Sears and Steyer go 5 innings.
And able to develop some sort of pattern, too, and just filthy from Sonduck right now.
There's a reason none of them are swinging at this. It's because there's nothing to do with it. It's just dropping in the zone.
It's a 1-2 count after the strike to Thomas. It's Sonduck's first time facing the Foresters this year. And already retired one man via the strikeout and got him out of the rest of the game. And that one's blown right past Thomas. It's 2 strikeouts for Sonduck.
Yep, and this is just fitting the script with Sonduck, right? Coming in here, first 2 batters he faced, strikes them both out, and looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He gets Jack Rydell now.
Jack Rydell coming in after the pinch hit by Thomas and Nathan Rombach earlier, both retired via the strikeout. There's 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sonduck, the first pitch. Just outside. Try to fit that breaking ball in again. And it's just been incredible to watch Kyle this summer so far. He understands the zone and has excellent command of his breaking stuff that just fools hitters.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's just been strictly just dominance every time he's out there. And there's not much. It doesn't matter really who he's facing. Could be the best hitters of the best teams, and he's just putting them down in order with ease. And we just got to hope that he continues to do this dominance. He's going to be a very, very important part of this Saints team going down the stretch here.
A little bit unfamiliar territory now here. Down 3-0 to Rydell. Top of the order would be up next.
Yeah, tying run on deck. Looks like another pinch hitter on deck, as that's not Pettis out there.
Can't quite see the number. And that one will miss outside. It's a 4-pitch walk for Sonduk, and Rydell will reach first. His second walk of the evening. And we do have a substitution. It's going to be number 3, Ethan Bates out of Arkansas, a senior. Limited appearances so far this year, but he'll step in for Kendall Pettis as his day will be done.
Yep, Bates represents the tying run now here, as the Foresters down to the final 4 outs of the game. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Sonduk has a 2-out walk. Now focuses on Bates.
And just missing outside again. It's now 5 balls in a row for Sonduk.
Yeah.
Needs to find the zone. Rydell leads from first. Not too far. Sonduk not even checking him. And the pitch to Bates is not going to happen. Time was called. Ethan Bates comes in for Kendall Pettis. Pettis' day will end 0 for 2, but did reach via the walk twice. And Bates is going to line that one out to Jackson Cobb. And there'll be no hits, no runs, no errors in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the top of the 9th. Saints lead 6-4. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Connor Roberts will come out for his second inning of work against the Saints. And it's Jag Burden leading off the 9th. Burden, double play victim, not the traditional way his last time up.
What was that, a 6-3-5-2 double play?
You remember it better than me on that. It was all over the place. Brandon Boning thinking it was 2 outs in the inning, was rounding third after a lazy ground out. And it was a double play, easy enough from the mishap. Burden now quickly down 0-2.
Yeah, defensive replacement. Obviously, Ronback got ejected, so Max McGuire comes into the game.
And 3 pitches for Roberts, and it'll send down Burden looking. His second strikeout of the evening, first one looking. And now it's Jackson Cobb stepping in for the 4th time today.
Jackson Cobb.
Strikeout victim, his first 2 times to the plate. Was able to walk last time and scored thanks to the leadoff man, Connor Bradshaw, the man on deck, who gave them the lead his last time up. Took the swing, and it was 4-4. And after he followed through, it was 6-4.
Yep, the 2-run shot by Bradshaw, the difference maker in the game right now.
After taking a strike, he takes a ball, and it's 1-1 to Cobb.
And you really got to be pleased with the Saints pitching today. It was really one bad inning where the Foresters sent 9 men up to the plate, scored all 4 of their runs. 3 of the 4 coming on one pitch, the home run by Campbell.
And a chopper near the middle cannot be handled by Cachel. And Cobb's going to reach. That one's going to be scored an error. Play that should have been made by Cachel.
Now batting designated hitter
And Connor Bradshaw is going to step in. See how they approach him after his last time up. Pitch taken high and away to Bradshaw. And he'll be ahead of the count, 1-0. Cobb, a lot of speed on first base. Saw him steal last time. Successfully. New catcher, Jared Thomas, in as well. Bradshaw swinging. Big hack on that. Evens it up, 1-1.
Yeah, Cobb, we saw him swipe second his last time out there.
And time's going to be called by Bradshaw. We see him do this quite a lot. Likes to show him it's his batter's box.
You know, make sure he's ready. He was surely ready his last at-bat.
Looking to see what he can do here. The 1-1. Cobb's going again. Good throw.
I think they got him.
And he is out.
The umpire actually signaled that he beat the throw but came off the bag.
Unfortunate for Cobb. Probably should have been out on the original throw, but got around the tag and came off the base. And now they'll be 2 down after the caught stealing attempt by Cobb. And 2 strikes and 1 ball to Bradshaw, the pitch. Got him. Striking out for the 4th time today is Connor Bradshaw. And the Saints will be retired after no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We head to the bottom of the 9th. The Saints lead 6-4 here in Santa Barbara at Pershing Park. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. And we are here live from Pershing Park in Santa Barbara, California. The Arroyo Seco Saints lead the Santa Barbara Foresters 6-4 here in the bottom of the ninth. And it's Kyle Sonduck on to work his second inning of work, facing Dylan Campbell, the man who broke this game open for the Foresters with a 3-run home run in the 5th inning. And Kyle Sonduck gets him started in the 9th with a strike.
Yeah, last night we saw the Saints come back in the 9th and walk it off themselves. The Foresters looking to do that here tonight on their home field.
And a ball hit far and deep, and it's his second home run of the day. Dylan Campbell didn't even look like a home run swing, reached out, went for it, and he's got 2 home runs today, and that's the first earned run given up by Kyle Sonduck.
I was about to say that. Not just the second home run of the game by Campbell, the first run of the season Sonduck's led up. Makes it a 1-run game now, Tommy.
And it just got interesting. The leadoff man homers, the 3rd home run we've seen today from both teams. Andrew Cachel, the shortstop, now stepping in and represents the tying run at the plate.
See, this is where Sonduck first run allowed. We'll see how he bounces back. Hasn't been put in the situation, but back to Campbell taking advantage of that home field, that short fence in left field, hitting 2 that way. Burden can just look up and watch it fly.
And Sonduck quickly attacking Cachel now after the strike taken on the first pitch. And a foul ball, he's ahead 0-2.
Yep, got to get this first guy.
And you talk about the adversity he may face now, and he hasn't been put in these situations, but he looks calm, cool, and collected still. The 0-2 pitch from Sonduck. Low in the zone, good take by Cachel.
That's a great take by Cachel. It's a fantastic 1-0-2 pitch by Sonduck. Curveball starting around just above the knees, dropping below. Good take by Cachel.
And Sonduck ahead 1-2 to Cachel. The pitch outside just a little bit. It'll be ball 2. Counts now evened up 2-2.
Robleski and Otremba to follow for the Foresters.
Definitely the meat and potatoes part of the order. That one fouled away off the mask of Bo Willis. And Cachel will stay alive, still 2-2. And if you just joined in late, you missed a home run by Dylan Campbell to start off the inning. Kyle Sonduck's first earned run of the season and Campbell's second home run of the day. It's now a 5-6 ball game. And Cachel staying alive, hitting 2 posts off the backstop there. Kind of impressive.
Yeah, and if you're Sonduck, if you're the Saints, these are the guys. Yeah, that's the 3, 4, and 5 guys, but based on today, 1 for 11 combined, these 3, 4, and 5 guys with a walk. These are the guys they want. Sonduck, the ability he has, straight to attack them. Oh.
And a pitch that everyone knew except Cachel, and it's a strike 3 called.
Oof.
It's going to be the first out of the bottom of the 9th now. And Ryan Robleski will come in.
And that's a big out for Sonduck. You can hear their bullpen, excuse me, not their bullpen, their dugout getting a little loud, getting into it a little bit after the Campbell home run. That strikeout right there, that curveball tells them to be quiet. What a beauty.
And Sonduck gets the first out of the bottom of the 9th. 5-6 ball game. Time is called by Robleski. Sonduck bouncing back quickly after allowing the home run.
Really the first time we're really starting to hear the dugout for the Foresters. We heard them all game yesterday. Quiet for the most part today. They have been trailing most of the game.
And a look down over to first. It's a called strike 1.
Second straight game with injection. This one not for, well, I guess arguing with the umpire. You can say that's what we got last time. This game
we're on a streak right now.
Yeah.
And chasing that one. Absolute wizardry from Sonduck with the ball in his hands, and he's ahead 0-2. Robleski sitting 0 for 4 right now, but you know this moment's big, and he wants to attack Sonduck and come up for his team.
I wonder what Sonduk's going to go here. Just threw the off-speed pitch in the dirt and he chased it. Does he go back to it or does he try to go with a heater?
We'll see right here, the 0-2 pitch.
Went
It's back
to
to
it.
it, and it's sitting him down again. And now we hear some chatter from the Saints dugout, letting their man know that you're right on it. And it's going to be Tanner Otremba with 2 down in the 9th, down by 1. And Sonduk on the bump.
Down to the last out, the Foresters. Saints trying to win their 4th straight.
Otremba with a double earlier in the game that scored a run. And he'll have to face Sonduk with 2 down. First pitch is fired in there for a strike.
That pitch is so money right now, Tommy.
Didn't even wait for the umpire to say it. I knew he was going to call it a strike. 0-1 the count to Otremba. Sonduk going from the stretch. And that one just low.
Good job by Otremba to hold up. Thought about it, but checked his swing just in time.
Counts now evened up, 1-1. Sonduk looking to get through the inning that started with a bang. A leadoff home run for the Foresters. And 2 strikeouts follow. And now Otremba sees himself up in the count, 2-1. This is the guy the Saints want on the mound in these situations. And the Foresters will be happy with Otremba at the plate. 2-1 the count.
Big pitch here for Kyle.
Just low. You hear the stadium go silent as everyone invested in this at-bat.
Casagrande on deck would represent the winning run.
3-1 count. Hitter-friendly count for Otremba.
Otremba probably hunting fastball here.
Sonduk hits him. And now, after being down 3-1, Otremba will be at first, and Tyler Casagrande will be the go-ahead run at the plate.
And the hit by pitch there, Kyle, doesn't really matter. It was ball 4. Just got to focus on Casagrande. Casagrande trying to do what Drew Cowley did last night for the Saints and possibly put one over the fence and walk his team off with a victory, as Schmidt's going to head out and talk to Kyle. Settle him down here with 1 out to go here for the Saints.
Pitching coach Josh Schmidt calling in the entire infield. Tying run, Otremba stands at first. Casagrande represents the go-ahead run and the winning run. Sonduk has settled down since allowing the leadoff home run to Campbell, his 2nd of the day. Came back with 2 strikeouts and then a hit by pitch to Otremba. And now we'll regroup. The meeting is adjourned. Bo Willis will get set, and Tyler Casagrande will be stepping in for the Foresters. And there's going to be a pinch runner for Otremba. It looks like it's going to be number 1, Josh Stinson out of Georgia.
Yeah, Stinson came in yesterday as a substitution and left. He's got wheels. Do you think any chance they try to steal second here?
It would be a risky play, but they looked motivated at first. Sonduk not worried about it. He's going to attack the batter. A possible bunt sign, and it'll be outside for ball 1.
You wonder if that's just for show, if he's pulling that back.
Yeah, go ahead, lay that one down
Regardless.
again. Saints will be happy with that. And he
does lay it down. It's a good one.
And it's not going to be made. And
what a bunt.
Insane play by Casagrande to lay down a bunt with 2 outs. The confidence in your guy to be able to do that.
The tying run now is in scoring position.
And Romback was ejected. Came in was McGuire. And McGuire will not bat. It will be a pinch hit opportunity for Steven Zoback.
Zoback started yesterday's game.
Picked up a couple of hits. Also was hit by a pitch yesterday as well.
Foresters not going down without a fight. Tying run on second, winning run on first. If Zoback can find a gap shot, they could walk it off, but they're down to their final out. Watch this first pitch, Tommy. It'll be very good for Sonda to get ahead of Zoback here.
Runners at second and first after the hit by pitch and the bunt single. Zoback has the winning run at first. And the curveball is dropping out of the zone for ball one. 1-0 the count to Zoback. Sonduk looking to work out of this jam.
And get the Saints their fourth win.
And a shot to center field. Getting under it is the center
And it's
fielder.
caught.
It's caught. Josh Cowden,
Saints win!
the milkman. The man who doesn't usually play center started the game in right after the injury to Cooper Elliott. Finds his way under the baseball. And a ball that had everyone on their feet in Santa Barbara and got him sitting down just as quick.
Wow.
It's going to be a 6-5 win for the Saints. They'll take their third game now against the Foresters. And depending on what happens in San Luis Obispo, they could be in first place by the end of the night.
Absolutely. What back-to-back thrillers between these two teams, Tommy, both resulting in Saints W's. A walk-off last night, a big-time catch from Cowden, just about as far back as he could go. But the Saints, like you said, 3-0 against the Foresters now. Win their fourth straight. Improved to 13-8 and 9-6 in league play. Jumped the Foresters in the standings. Excellent job by Sonduk to work out of it, and wow, what a finish.
And something we haven't seen from Kyle Sonduk this year was trouble. And we saw, after a great eighth inning from Sonduk, coming out to finish the ninth, giving up the leadoff home run to Dylan Campbell, his second of the day, coming back, getting 2 strikeouts, and then finding more trouble, allowing the walk and the bunt single. And then the loud out from Zoback, saved by Josh Cowden's, I wouldn't even call it circus sketch because it probably shouldn't have been, but incredible effort by him. And the Saints are walking away with a 6-5 victory. And what else do you got to take away from this game, Jarrett, that you really think caused the Saints to be victorious by the end of the night?
Well, first I'm going to say what you said, Josh Cowden. Not only that catch, but 3 doubles really leading the Saints offense. Him and Peyton Lewis, 4, 5, 6 guys, including McMurray, really getting it done, even when the day where obviously Bradshaw got the 2-run shot, but at the beginning we're struggling. Some of their stars not doing it at first, but also to me is the bullpen. Really the pitching all around. Garnett was really good. He had 1 bad inning. And Chomko came in, got 2 doubles right away, but then really settled in. And then Sonduk, yeah, he got into trouble. Just the 1 run was the home run, but he got out of it. And that's what the Saints have done so good. Sometimes they find themselves in those many jams, but they get out of it. They had the 1 big inning from the Foresters. And other than that, their pitching really settled down and held on for the win, let their offense do the job. And it's another big win. We've seen the Saints lose a few 1-run games in the past. 2 1-run wins they lost 1 by 2 yesterday via the walk-off, but a win here, 2 tight ones that they find themselves come out in front, especially against a team, like you said, that Cowden said they think's right around the same as them, the 2 best teams in the league, and they're now 3-0 against them, and just jumped them in the standings.
And it was a great one here in Santa Barbara, and the bus ride home will now be much more happy than if the result were different. The winning pitcher will be John Chomko for the Saints, and I think we have to announce a player of the game. Do you have a nomination you'd like to go for, or do you want me to go first? I got to nominate the milkman, Josh
That
Cowden.
would be mine too. I think
Three
it's
doubles on the day and the miraculous catch to end the game.
It's just fitting that he made the last play. Like you said, maybe not a circus way, but it's just everything to lead up to it. Starting obviously in right field, having to move over to center, which he hasn't played yet. He's not a center fielder. He goes in there. We're not even talking about his 3 doubles, obviously. But goes out there, makes a difficult play back to the wall, saving the game for the Saints. I don't think there's any other MVP than Milkman.
And with that, the Saints will improve to 13-8. They'll head over to Compton, California tomorrow. Well, they'll take on the Academy Barons. 6:05 first pitch start time for Tommy Wirtz and Jarrett Thompson. It's been a great one here in Santa Barbara, and we'll see you tomorrow night.